What is today? The 3rd of November?
Today is November 3rd.
November 3rd. Golly, we have not been on Twitch for a little while. We've been in England. We have been all over in England. We're in Bath, Bristol, Glastonbury. We were in Dublin for a while. We had a long layover in Ireland. And we had a very good show. We probably saw a bunch of you guys out there, actually. Some of these Twitch people I think we saw when we were in England. And for those of you who are not in the United States, we just had the daylight savings time here last night after going through daylight savings time ending in England last weekend.
We gained 2 hours.
Yeah, so we kind of gained 2 hours. It's a bit complicated, but...
But don't worry, we'll lose a few here.
Yeah, we will. Well, it seems like every year we tend to be in England around Halloween time, obviously. And
yeah, I hope everyone had a happy Halloween, by the way.
Yeah.
If you celebrate it.
Yeah. Or any of the other...
Or All Saints Day, or All Hallows Eve, or whatever you want to call it.
There's a lot of names for it. It's every culture, it seems like, has some sort of late autumn holiday. What's the one we were talking about the other day, Matt, that I was thinking was in lieu of 4th of July, or vice versa?
Midsummer.
Oh, Midsummer, yeah. We kind of do 4th of July instead.
Also known as a summer solstice.
Yeah. Or a lot of other things have some sort of middle of summer holiday.
So we have July 4th where we run around like crazy people anyway.
Yeah.
So, which some people do in midsummer.
Well, think about in England. Think about Guy Fawkes Day. That's coming right up. Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of celebrate that the way that we would celebrate 4th of July, like blowing things up. And although it's kind of Thanksgiving-y also, they got fireworks, but they also have like big effigies that they burn on street corners and that type of thing.
Rage Pixie says, hope you had a lovely time in Glasgow.
We did.
Did you have a good Halloween?
Matt did. Yeah. Matt went and saw a whole bunch of movies that he'll probably talk about. I was actually on a painting deadline, so I stayed at home, passed out candy to about 500 people, and painted the whole night until late.
Did you run out of candy?
Yeah, we ran out of candy before it got dark out. The town we live in is ridiculous. It's we're very close to Disney World, so a lot of people who are on vacation, they would be coming here in celebration to go trick-or-treating if they're trying to keep that sort of tradition in with their holiday. And yeah, we probably had 400 or 500, maybe 600 people came by. Of the people who took candy, some people were parents, and people had like lawn chairs set outside our house. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was crazy. It's the first time in years I've actually been here on Halloween, and I think I forgot how crazy it gets here. I was talking to my cousins and things, and they're like, oh, we only got like 8 trick-or-treaters, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to brag, but I got like several hundred in a couple hours.
Right, so basically what in our town, I think they have a lot of people park outside of town and have to walk in.
Yeah.
Or they have a park and ride or something.
I think they had I don't know if they did park and ride this year or not, because it seems like everybody and their mom was like parked in front of our house too. So.
Right, if you are not going to be part of Halloween, you need to get out of town.
Yeah, and we usually do leave town. It sounds silly, but
we're out of town for one reason, usually business reasons.
We're usually, there are so many
events
we do. Which doesn't sound
as interesting as it is.
Yeah.
It's usually because of an event, often Whitby or...
Yeah, usually Whitby or Glastonbury, or one of the ones that would kind of be around Samhain sort of stuff would be around.
Right, and that's why we know about Guy Fawkes and burning his effigy, etc.
Yeah.
We did, Leela. My gosh, I almost said Layla.
Manny, are you talking about Eric Clapton?
I'm sorry, she asked if we enjoyed our bounties. Yes.
Yes, very much so.
I finished them before I
had some low blood sugar issues. Yes. Thank you very much.
I was reading her name rather than saying her name.
You shouldn't do that.
Florida melts my Halloween candy.
Yeah.
Actually, it was guess it was pretty warm.
It was 92 that day. I mean, some people would call that pretty warm. Depends where you live, I guess. But yeah, it was 92 on Halloween. I know that because all my family back up north in Kansas City and Illinois were all like, it's snowing, it's snowing, it's snowing. And I would say, oh, it's 92 degrees here. And both of them aren't good for wearing really elaborate costumes. You don't want to wear a big, heavy, plasticized sort of costume and it be 90 odd degrees out.
Snowstorm. Ugh.
Yeah, see, this is the time of year where we just sound like jerks if we talk about the weather in Florida being cold. Your chill of autumn, Maddie.
Rage Pixie says it was cold, it was foggy with some mist, and it rained just before 9 p.m. It was a great Halloween. Those are the Halloween.
Nice.
Those are the other things I remember
Halloween.
As a kid.
Yeah, I always like it.
Growing up in the Kansas City area.
A little dreary. It's kind of nice.
Sometimes snow. Sometimes just cold.
Yeah, I hated when I would always be dressed up as like a ballerina or something that did not make sense to have jeans and a coat on. And when I was a kid, and I'd always have to wear.
You were a ballerina?
Jeans and a coat. I was a ballerina.
I must have seen you dancing on the sand.
That was Rio.
Okay. That's two different songs.
I know.
Did you guys check out the link I sent you about the Welsh castles?
Yes, I did do. We weren't near there, but that is good incentive to go to Wales at some point.
Yeah, and that's specifically the place for the event, Jasmine.
Yeah, I know.
That
it
one.
looks neat.
Where
It'd be a very good incentive.
It's just that we're often invited to do events in many different ways, but a castle is pretty tempting.
I think so.
Another idea,
looks fun to
and we're playing around with this idea, maybe having a special events in the future.
Yeah.
So we don't know. We're trying to make things more interesting, I guess. So
more interesting for us.
Just stay tuned.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Jasmine would want to tell you, or we don't have any definite plans as far as that sort of thing goes anyhow. So, but we try to make things cool and interesting and awesome.
Oh yeah, we were talking about maybe even trying to do one of those sort of cruise ship events.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. What I was getting.
Oh, we were talking about that in Glastonbury, weren't we?
Yeah, we were talking to one of Jasmine's fans who may or may not be in the room, and we were talking about the possibility of having a cruise.
Which might sound weird to people who are not from Florida or don't do that sort of thing very often, but it's a very common thing for businesses or companies to be like, hey, we're doing a cruise where it's going to be this floor of the boat is us and we're going to have cocktail parties and, stuff like that. Doing that for an art-related thing, I think sounds kind of fun because it's kind of a self-contained atmosphere and it's a vacation too. Not anything I've put any real thought into, but something I've been looking up sort of a little bit. Could make a pin. As you may notice, I'm working on the same two little paintings that I was working on right before we left for England. So the last time I've been here on Twitch, I was working on these little paintings here. I was originally going to bring them with me to Glastonbury, but I think I had like 37 minutes before we had to leave and I hadn't packed yet. So I was like, okay, I've either got to do the paintings or I've got to bring clothes. And I brought clothes. I probably could have bought some there, but... So instead, I don't sell these online. I like to give them away or bring them to shows. And so what I'm going to do is one of these, probably this one I'm working on now, the Halloween one. Yeah, I don't know if you can
Basically, everybody put an exclamation raffle. You want?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll be giving this one away here at Twitch. So tonight, before we sign off, and
it's kind of I think that is an insane, awesome. It's probably the best Twitch prize we've had. Have we done that before on Twitch?
Given away? Yeah, I don't think I've given away an original painting, but like I said, it was Halloween themed, and I don't want to sell it, and I don't want to. I don't know. I'll just give it away to somebody here at Twitch. And the other one that I started, the little rose one that I was gonna bring to Glastonbury because it matched the little pin we did. I was gonna give that one, or I was gonna bring it to Glastonbury. I'm gonna give this one away on Patreon. So if you're a Patreon patron and you're here at Twitch, your odds are basically doubled. So.
Shaylee's in the room. She says hi.
Oh, hey, Shaylee.
Actually, she said well.
Of course she did.
Always in rare form.
Yes.
So again, if you guys want to, if you have any specific questions, it looks like we're scrolling by quickly with
okay.
Conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Just if you could put @Matthew Beckett in
At
there
Nancy
so I can
Beckett.
see
So like the at
the
symbol
comment.
and then
Yeah, I'm
Nancy
actually
Beckett.
I'll make a little note to do that.
Okay. Are you saying that because a lot of people commenting, or is it?
There's just the text to scroll. We have a lot of people.
Here, so I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
we have a lot of people in the room.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And I just want to make sure that questions aren't ignored.
Yeah. Yeah, don't be afraid to ask it a couple times. It's not like we're ignoring you. And me, I can't see the TV from here, so I just hear what Matt says. So Matt basically, if he sees a question, he says it out loud. He's maybe 30 feet from me, and then I listen to him and I say it out loud to the camera. So if you ask something like, what sort of paint is that? And you ask it like 5 times, don't feel bad because I might not have heard it yet. Matt just has to read it to me.
Luna Pixie says it's a $10 discount on POF.
Are the
I don't know what that means.
It sounds promising.
It's a $10 discount on POF.
POF, Pirates of the Floridian.
What's POF?
I don't know.
Never mind that, Matt. LOL. Okay, I'm sorry.
I will stop minding that right now. I can.
Hi, Jasmine. Would you mind talking a bit about how you go about creating the inner glow on the pumpkin?
Inner glow on the pumpkin. Yeah, I'm kind of doing that right now. Let's see. I kind of started it last time. Last time, what I did. Gotta remember, this is like 2 weeks ago. I kind of just took white paint, sort of, and I made a jack-o'-lantern-y face. All it is solid white paint on top of the gesso, on top of the wood. These are like little wooden panels that I get. And what I've done since then is I've started taking red and yellow, and rather than focusing actually on the light itself, I'm putting that around the edges of it. I'm taking pure vat orange and pure Hansa yellow, I'm sorry. Mandy, I don't have Hansa yellow medium. I've got cadmium yellow medium. Remember they were out? You always make jokes about Sansa Stark for some reason. Yeah.
It wasn't on the list.
Yeah. No, I think they were out of it when I tried to buy some
Gotcha.
online. So it was cadmium yellow medium. So anyways, I've got cadmium yellow. I've got vat orange. And I'm kind of smudging it around on top of where I put the solid white, titanium white paint. Yeah, titanium white was what I did last time, but a little smiley face on there on a pumpkin. And I smudged around a bunch of yellow and red, which is really orange, on top of it. And once I've done that a few times, I'll probably get my hair dryer out, dry it, and then I will put a little bit of white in the middle, and that white will look so bright. It will make it... A lot of it isn't the white that you're using, it's the colors around it being affected by the bright light.
All right, Jasmine, I got a couple more questions.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
And I'll read these off to you if you want.
Sure.
When is the next time we're going to be in the UK? But don't answer first.
Okay. Sorry.
Also, work that into
Yeah.
Louisa, who she just joined the pin.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and that's already been sent out. Your pin, Louisa. But can you do something with cuttlefish soon?
Oh my goodness, yes. I should do again soon. They're one of my favorite animals, and they are amazing creatures if you look them up online. I have painted one before. I think we talked about this last time. I did a painting of a cuttlefish that was in a porthole. Remember that one, Love?
Yeah.
And I think I did a mini of it, but I will probably do... I don't think I have prints or anything of it. It was just kind of a one-off.
Mm-hmm.
But
when's the next time we're going to be in the UK
then? Next time I'm in the UK, well, might be soon, but I mean, as far as like doing a show...
Show-wise, I'm sure.
Well, I'll be in Whitby for the springtime event next year. Is that April 24th through 26th? Is it?
Yeah, Whitby in spring.
Whitby in spring. So, you know how Whitby Goth Weekend has a spring one and an autumn one? We'll be there for the spring one. That's a plan, at least. I haven't officially talked to the coordinator or anything like that, but when we were in...
they usually like us there.
They usually like me to be there. So unless they tell me I can't go or if something weird
tell
happens...
you to piss off, yeah.
I don't think they're going to tell me that. The lady who runs it is super nice. She's a sweetheart. Sometimes hard to get in contact with, but she's
and
a
also
sweetheart.
maybe something in the summer we might have planned.
Yes, that will actually be a new event, and it's not summer. It's September 19th and 20th, right?
It is?
It's whatever that... I thought so.
I forgot. I thought it was summer.
Oh, no, it's... Well, that is... Well, Actually, it would be when it's turning into fall, right? Because isn't that
I
kind
guess
of
so.
the
That's when
pagan
it's happening.
sort of? Yeah, I mean that's why we're there, sort
Oh,
of. Yeah.
I thought it was in the summer.
It's the end of summer, beginning of fall.
Right before Dragon Con.
Right after Dragon Con. September 21st?
Oh, after Dragon Con. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so and that is an interesting one. That's another Karen K event. The lady who our friend Karen who does the Glastonbury Fairy Festival and Three Wishes. She's doing a new event in Avebury, which is, if you don't know what Avebury is, it's really neat. It is the largest Neolithic stone circle they say in Europe, but I don't know where else has Neolithic stone circles. I mean, there's cool pyramids everywhere, but stone circles are kind of specific to England and to Europe in general. So that is going to be at Avebury. So it's kind of probably in the middle of a field, but they have a pub and a little high street and everything. And I think that's where we will be in September 19th through 20th of next year. So those are the two main events that we will be doing in England next year. Yep.
We need some tips on the easiest way to blend acrylics, and what are those mini paintings on your left side?
Let's see. Tips on blending acrylics? I don't blend acrylics. What I do is I paint dry on top of dry. I'm basically dry brushing or using water to glaze on top. When it touches the wood, it dries. So I don't try to even blend. It's not like oils. Oils, you can kind of smudge them around, in acrylics now. Just do a thin layer, another thin layer. If it's not dry yet, hair dryer. And what are the mini paintings? Is that what?
On the left. The left.
Oh, on the left. I think it's on the website.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He's about 10 yards from me, so I can't hear everything all the time. These are other little paintings that I had started as sketches for larger paintings that I have never done anything with. And I'm like, oh, if I finish these two, then I will start on these little friends. This one you might recognize was a study I did for Dice Dragonling Princess before DragonCon. You can probably kind of recognize her. I think I ended up in the big painting changing. I think I changed her pose, or I changed what sort of dice she was holding. I don't remember. And this is one I did when I was going to do the Soulful Spirits painting that we did here on Twitch. The Dia de Muertos girl sitting on the skull. I originally kind of conceived it as a more zombie painting, and I had her like have a weird black eye, and I was gonna have her like have another kind of clouded over creepy eye. So it was gonna be a spookier painting kind of originally. But no, that's kind of a leftover sketch. And as far as what I'm gonna do with these paintings, I'll probably bring them to Pop Gallery. Maybe. I don't know. Because I have a show at Pop Gallery.
Jasmine.
I'm trying to think of the next show I do. Yeah, that might be this December. Yeah.
How was the animal rescue event in Gainesville? No.
Oh, it was
Keep in
lovely.
mind, people, this was an event that we went to for fun.
Yeah, this is not a thing I was
showed
doing art at or anything, but no, I was just there for
This
fun.
was just
It was lovely.
yeah.
We got to meet lots of
Monkeys.
Lots of monkeys. I think Matt didn't know how many monkeys were going to be there. It was
I was in love.
Yes.
So Jasmine, how do you make
Yeah.
eyes so expressive?
It depends on the painting. A lot of it sounds boring, but a lot of it is putting thought into how the rest of the face is kind of changed by different expressions too, and that will kind of emphasize the eyes. Also, I like to put a lot of small detail on eyes. If, for example, on this one here, the eyes in this do not have a whole lot of detail yet, but I'm going to put some more because she is by something that is glowing, like super bright. It's a pumpkin. I know it's a little late now. It's after Halloween, but so when I work on her eyes, and I probably will be in just a few minutes.
These people celebrate Halloween every day, Jasmine.
That's good to hear. But I will have, I'll put a lot of thought into what is the background, where the shading is, and thinking about an eye as being wet all the time. I know that sounds weird, but if you think about your eyeball being soaked in fluid all the time and being highly reflective and different than the rest of the skin, different than the hair and the hat and everything, that will make it look more like a real eye is. Because a lot of what you look at when you see somebody from far away and you see their eye is going to be the reflections that are in it. Like looking at water. It's a lot like painting water, actually. If you're painting a puddle or a pond or an ocean, you're not really painting the water itself because it doesn't really exist so much as its own color. but you're painting the sky around it, the clouds on it, the lightning above it, whatever is happening, you're kind of painting the reflection of that. And I think about that when I paint eyes. Also, I make them really big in a lot of my artwork, so that kind of makes things look more expressive, because as a human being, when you look at something that even slightly looks like a human being, you tend to look at the eyes first, and if you make them large, it gives you a good sense of what the theme and the emotive response is meant to be invoked in the painting. Putting another darker layer on her hat there. She has a little witchy hat. The part that's away from the pumpkin here is going to be darker, and the parts that are closer to the pumpkin, since it's lit from within, will be lighter, or at least more orange. I've not really added any color into the character herself here. She's still mostly monochromatic. I think I used the same color, the kind of neutral tone I used to when I was mixing the gesso. You know, some of you have probably watched here on Twitch when I start making gesso to gesso a panel or a piece of wood. I use a lot of the color, the acrylic paint that I mix with the gesso, to mix into all the other paints that I use to kind of tie it together. It makes it look more like a uniform painting than a lot of small things next to each other.
Jasmine.
Yeah.
Kay Harmon.
Yeah.
Says the new Harriet Tubman movie is great.
Oh, is it?
And
is that the one that's just called Harriet? That you were talking about?
As a fan of the Terminator, it was a lot of fun watching the new one. I just saw that one.
Yeah, Matt saw a whole bunch of movies.
I saw Countdown, which is
I didn't see any of them.
Yeah, it's a movie about an app that tells you when you will die. So
now I feel like I've seen it. That's all I
there
needed
you go.
to hear.
And then I saw Zombieland 2.
Are all apps like that? Zombieland 2 sounds like it might be fun.
Are all apps like that? Huh? What? Did you say are all apps like that?
Yeah, you start using it and then you feel like you're gonna die. I don't know.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
Particularly a few.
Facebook
but not the Seek app.
Not the Seek. I like the Seek app.
And then I saw Terminator.
Oh, and then you saw the Terminator.
Yes.
And what was the other one that you saw?
Countdown, Zombieland 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
I was thinking about how you went to see the Joker also, but that was before
the Joker I saw
weeks ago. You do a lot of movies, dude. Also, I was thinking about you telling me about which ones you watched on the airplane.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I also saw a movie on the airplane. Now I can't remember if I put like my star rating online.
Oh, which one?
I can't even remember which movie it was.
Sounds memorable.
Yeah, Zombieland 2 was great. I liked it. But I'll probably do another movie time with Matt soon. Throw back to the Death Clock site in the late 90s. Yeah, I think they have that on IT Crowd.
Yes, IT Crowd when they it's Thursday.
Right.
Like
Jasmine,
at the funeral.
Blob Help has a question.
What's that?
In some paintings, the eyes sometimes have two different colors.
Yeah.
Is it an homage to David Bowie?
Sometimes, yes. There are a couple paintings I've done specifically that were meant to evoke that, but also I just like painting different colors, and I paint a lot of eyes, so might as well do what do you call it? Heterochromatic eyes. When you have one eye that is one color and one eye that is another color, which can happen naturally just through the accident of birth or from accidents that happen to you when you are alive and walking around. Get bonked on the head, and when your eyes is a different color and your pupil is a different size.
Yeah, Rage Pixie says, I'm still humming and jarring. Is that like hemming and hawing?
I don't know.
On seeing Joker. I'm scared of clowns. It's not that sort of movie.
I have not seen it.
And the Joker has already freaked me out. True Insanity, that one.
Well, maybe that's not a good one.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't see it, Rage Pixie. I don't know.
Have you seen it?
I'm a huge fan from Orlando. Love your visits to Disney Springs.
Oh, thank you.
Pumpkins are just literally the best color and should certainly be displayed all year round, says Shaylee.
I think so. I think they're lovely. I also like eating pumpkin. I'm not really I don't have much of a super sweet tooth. I like Bounty bars. I like coconut. But other than that, I don't eat a whole lot of sweets. So when I have pumpkin things, it tends to be savory. So I like making pumpkin tomato sauce, like for pasta, or pumpkin curries. I love making pumpkin curries, pumpkin stews. So when I look at pumpkins and think about them, I think about them more as an autumn thing in general. Like maybe I'll make pumpkin something around Thanksgiving. It doesn't have to be Halloween. My dad always grows like squashes and gourds and pumpkins and things on his farm, so I kind of get
pumpkin
get
spicy
them all year
soup
round.
with lime.
What's that, babe?
Pumpkin spicy soup with lime.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the sort of pumpkin stuff I like. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I'm not all about the pumpkin spice lattes that everybody else seems to be really into. I mean, what was it we were at? Was it in England? No. It was at Trader Joe's, wasn't it? And they had like everything was pumpkin flavored, but it was like sweet pumpkin, like pumpkin pie flavored. And apparently that's a thing. I'm probably not telling anybody anything they don't know, but I was startled. But I think pumpkin is a wonderful savory taste that is not explored as much as it should be compared to how many sweet flavored pumpkin things are out there.
People are excited about the lighthouse, whether they've seen it or not in the room, Jasmine.
Yeah.
And
is it based off of the Virginia Woolf story, or is it not?
that I don't know.
Okay. Does anybody in the room know? You might do. Does anybody
Who's
know?
afraid of Virginia Woolf? Kay Harmon ended up backing out of the Renfest the second weekend. It had been over for a Harry Potter festival and a fun run.
Oh.
I told her she was busy. She's been busy.
That sounds fun.
And Shaylee looked at the Lighthouse trailer and can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Not sure how that gem almost slipped my radar. Ooh, yeah, no kidding. It does not look like a film that we would necessarily see succeed in this day and age.
Like a wide release, Hollywood release.
People like good stuff. So I've only heard good things about it, and I have not heard any spoilers.
I haven't either. But
I'm excited
again,
to see it, and I did not see it specifically the other day because I think it's a movie that Jasmine would like to see.
I wanted to see it, but then I thought it was based on the Virginia Woolf story, and then I thought maybe it wasn't. So I don't know. I'd like to see it either way. It has actors in it that are
We've
good.
got no answers for that in the room, Jasmine.
Yeah,
People just keep
I'm not
talking
expecting
about
an answer.
pumpkin beers and
I
pumpkin
can probably
pies.
Wikipedia it and I can find out. Pumpkin beers, that sounds good.
You've had pumpkin beer before.
I've had a pumpkin ale.
That's the same
Is that
stuff.
a thing? I'm sorry, I'm not a big beer person.
Pumpkin is good in pie form. Although I would say if you have to have it regularly, have it as a
curry.
A curry is fantastic, or
I
some
make
sort of
a
thing
good
where
curried
you
pumpkin.
still
Curried pumpkin
retain
soup.
some of the vitamin A.
Yeah, pumpkins have so much vitamin A in it.
It has
kind
almost
of
it has
ridiculous.
liver damaging levels of
It
vitamin
has
A.
polar bear levels of vitamin A.
It's got so much vitamin A. It's like it didn't even need to take the SATs.
Oh my gosh.
That's an American joke. I don't know what that you have
Owls.
in the UK.
O levels. Sorry. The
Yeah,
owls
all
are from
that.
Harry Potter. Sorry. It's like O levels though. A levels.
I don't know. It all sounds like Harry Potter after a
That's
while.
what I mean. Yeah.
I'm gonna do my
Oh,
owls.
that's looking pretty. Now what I've done, as we were talking about earlier, I've kind of smudged a bunch of yellow and orange on top of where the white was. So now it looks totally like it's glowing. It's not going to glow in the dark if I turn the lights off, but it's going to collect light in a way that your eye would look at the little glowing bits and think, oh, look, that part looks so much lighter than that part just because I smudged some yellow on top of it. And it's not really a parlor trick or anything. If you look at a pumpkin in real life, like a jack-o'-lantern that's been carved up and it's got a tea light in it or something, that's what it does. You'll see a white bit, and it'll be the brightest thing you see, will be the little fire in there, and then you'll see the pumpkin kind of look yellowy orange around the edges where the light is showing through. It's like if you take your hand and you hold it in front of like a fire and hold it in front of the sun, you can kind of see your hand turn red. That's kind of
Jasmine.
what pumpkins do all the time. Yeah.
This is a new question for you.
Oh, really? That
What
sounds
inspired
promising.
you to do art?
To do
Start
art?
doing art.
I don't know. I just kind of always did. I think a lot of children probably start off doing artwork all the time. If you go to like a restaurant or something and you got small children with you, they give you a pack of crayons and a little coloring, placemat or something. I think a lot of people stop doing art at a certain point in their life. I don't know if it has to do with self-confidence or just have better things to do or what. But I think I just kind of kept up the level of liking to make artwork as a teenager and adult as I did when I was like 4 or 5 years old, and I just didn't stop. For specific types of art, I could go on and on about that. But art in general, I think it's something that a lot of people are introduced to as a child, and then people kind of expect you to give it up after a while, like as if you would do playing with toys or any other thing they try to take away from you as an adult.
Good answer.
I guess so. It's an answer.
So, what's your favorite squash, Jasmine? We're talking about
squash. Oh,
we're talking about autumn things.
Well, it depends.
That's
how
a weird
you eat
answer.
it. I have a lot of thoughts about squash, so I don't know how much I want to talk about it. But spaghetti squash is one of my favorite squashes. I just bought one actually. My dad grows them also. They are, if you have not had a spaghetti squash, they are fantastic because you can cook them like you would do a regular squash, and then you cut it up with you just scoop it out with a fork, and it basically turns into pasta. But it's made out of squash, so it's got like all the vitamins and stuff that a squash would have, and it tastes a lot like, texturally, it's a lot like spaghetti. Where did we just go? True Food Kitchen in Kansas City. I just had a really good spaghetti squash dish there. I like acorn squash. If I was going to just eat like a chunk of squash, I would probably just go with an acorn squash because they're really good.
Hmm.
I like sorry.
What?
Patty pan squashes, if they are not full grown, like if they're light green still, I will eat them like cut in half, just steamed. They're fantastic. Yes.
Have you shown off the raffle prizes?
Probably not. I've been busy
Yeah,
talking
we got
about
a journal, we
squashes
got a
and boards.
pen, and we've got the original painting.
Yeah. Here, I've got mine. Oh, all right. So is the first one the cool journal one?
The
Is
journal,
that the first prize?
yes.
Okay.
And I have a link.
Oh yeah, you can buy these too. It's probably hard to tell on the TV or computer, telephone, or whatever you're looking at. But these are kind of three-dimensional, and they're also like metallic. They are super cool. This is the one with peppermint dragonling on it.
I believe some folks in Glastonbury probably saw these at Paul's
those
table.
of you in England, these are made and sold in England pretty much exclusively by a company called Flame Tree. They're the people who make my calendars, actually. But these journals are cool. They've got like a little magnet, so you can close them and put it in your purse, and it makes a nice hearty snapping noise that is very fulfilling in a way.
It actually is. There's something about it that I love.
It's got a little ribbon bookmark.
Yeah, so these are sold from our friend Paul.
My friend Paul, who is my UK
Strangelung
distributor.
UK.
Yeah,
there's £7.77, which is roughly
cheap for
$10
nice
USD.
Yeah,
and he'll ship
nice.
anywhere.
Yeah, he'll ship worldwide, so you can buy them there. But yeah, it's hard to tell probably on the screen, but they're kind of three-dimensional. If you touch it, you could feel there's a little dragon there, and they're super shiny iridescent. Anyways, they're a nice little book, and I will autograph yours for you, and that will be our first
Mountain Poppy
prize.
got one of the calendars with the magnets. That's a good little calendar.
Oh, the pocket diaries?
Yeah, actually,
yes.
Jasmine uses
I've
that
got
as her
one.
personal.
I use mine for that, yeah.
I could
I
show it
could
off.
show that off too. That's the 20.
This is not part of the raffle.
Yes, this is not part of the. This one. You get this one, but the one Matt's talking about is the pocket diary.
Mountain Poppy's referring to.
Yeah, and these are the ones that are. This is mine. You can't have it, but it has a little snappy thing. This has got the Alice in the Valley dream on it. Yeah, we'll have them at. Oh, I don't want to see what all my doctor's appointments are, but yes.
But yeah.
Anyways. But that one's actually for 2020. So the one that Matt was just showing, the Alice one. This one here is just a journal. It's for any time. You can use this in 2025. I won't tell anybody. It's fine.
Are these available at Pop Gallery in Disney Springs?
Maybe.
They might be.
They sell that.
Chula, you might want to check that out.
They sell the calendars there, right? At Pop
Yeah,
Gallery?
you know what? I'll give you the number.
They probably sell those too. Yeah.
Let me put the number for Pop Gallery.
Yeah, if you call the Pop Gallery, they will probably have them.
Are you local, Chula?
Or if you live locally, go to Disney World. You can buy them. Second prize.
I should have this number.
Second prize. The second giveaway is a pin. Since it's getting to be colder out, sort of. I mean, it only got up to 81 here today, right, Mandy? We've got a snowflake fairy pin, which is, I think, retired. She's one we had last year.
Okay, so Tigger got one a few weeks ago at Pop Gallery.
Oh, okay.
They're probably well stocked.
Okay, so they have these cool journal.
Now I love this pen, and this was about 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
We were probably longer.
It was the pin of the month for
December?
November or December?
Probably something wintry.
I don't remember right now.
I don't know either, but it was.
Well, let me check it out.
Look at my own website and.
I'll look at it.
Okay.
But I think it was either November or
like
December of 2017.
I think she's just kind of like the vaguely wintry one. I think she's not really specifically Christmas, but she's kind of pastel. She's got blue and white. It's wintry. She's cute. And she's hard to find now, so that's a neat one. And then the last prize I'm giving away is the original painting that I will hopefully finish with the pumpkin on here. I'll probably.
It was
finish
December of
this one
2017.
December of 2017.
Yeah.
Wow.
So a lot of you guys probably weren't collecting pins then.
Probably not. We didn't make a whole heck of a lot of them, so yeah. If you don't have one of these, it's a good way to get one. Snowflake Fairy, I think is her name, right?
She is Snowflake
If
Fairy.
not, somebody will probably correct me immediately.
You guys are experts on the pins.
You guys are very good at it.
And if you guys want to learn more about the pins, actually, do I have a pin group link? Because I've noticed there have been so many people.
Groups /Strangeling pins.
Well, it'll be easier to find it this way.
It's faster to type. But anyways, the last prize we'll do before we sign off will be this original painting as soon as she's done. Because I didn't get to bring her to Glastonbury. And again, the other one I started on will be one we're giving away to Patreon people. So if you are a Patreon patron and you're watching Twitch, you get 2 chances and I might as well get these out. So.
And that one is it's like your cute little pin we had in Glastonbury.
Yeah, that's part of the reason I wanted to bring the original Glastonbury. But
the 3 Wishes craze of late. Yeah, I saw probably when we were in Glastonbury.
Oh my gosh!
We talked to somebody who
multiple people who had 3 Wishes pins.
Like we had told you guys, there are these people out there that have pins
Mostly
at different events that don't know that they're
rare. They had
rare.
no idea. This lady had like one stuck on her hat, and another lady had one on her
backpack. Yeah, there's
backpack.
2 people that had them on hats. I think that's a UK thing to do.
We only gave away like 100 of the 3 Wishes pins in Cornwall a couple of years ago, and 2 people came both wearing them in their hats, and they weren't even pin collectors. Like, you could probably find a home for that one. The ones that didn't get lost in the sea on the ferry boat across from Plymouth. A little bit more yellow.
I think this link will work for the...
What's that, babe?
That's it's the Facebook group.
Facebook.com/groups/Strangeling pins.
/Strangeling pins?
Groups, and then Strangeling pins.
Strangeling pins.
Yeah. / in between each category.
Got it. I will put that link in the room.
Did you check it first to make sure you typed it right?
Yep.
Yay. But yeah, it's a free pins group. You go up there, people are trading pins. If you ever win a pin, like here at Twitch, and you aren't into pins, go up there. Somebody will want it. You can trade it for... Sometimes people trade them for original paintings, which is interesting.
Right.
That's cool.
My computer quit breathing, thank God.
Your computer quit breathing, Wolf?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it legally dead now, or is it until brainstem activity?
The fan was
ceases,
just blowing
or...
a little bit loud.
Okay.
I auctioned the pin off, and it paid my cat's vet's fees off. It was crazy. My cat's 23 years old and stone deaf, but all healthy. Yay!
That's fantastic.
Success story.
That is great. I should have said it's a testimonial for my pin group.
And Sarah Spunky says, "I'm so glad I joined your Patreon and started collecting." Well, thank you.
That's another good testimonial. Thank you.
And Amy says, "I wish I'd stuck up on pins when I first started collecting."
Yeah.
They're all sought after now. I almost wish I socked back a couple.
Yeah, I have like none of the rare ones.
So
myself.
I was talking to Jasmine earlier, and as you guys noticed, I've been in Jasmine's pin page more often. And I was thinking about doing a couple of my own giveaways right there in the pin group. Do you guys think that'd be a good idea? Maybe some of the rarer pins?
Yeah. Because I never sell rare pins.
I need to have it random in some way. I'm not going to judge somebody's collection or say this or that. It has to be random.
Yeah.
I always do things randomly because then it's not playing any sort of favorites.
That's part of the reason.
So if you guys think that would be a good idea, and then I could be a greater part of the pin group.
Yeah.
It looks like... I'm already getting fantastic feedback in the room.
Cool. Because sometimes we have them, and we don't know what to do with them because I made a rule that nobody, myself or my company, couldn't sell ones for more than what they
to give some of these away.
So, but we can give them away as prizes.
Right, we do have some rare ones.
Yeah.
In Jasmine's and kind of
my horrible art.
Our little collection that we have here at home.
Yeah.
Ones that we haven't given away, or ones that we kept a few back. So
or ones that people have traded us, like at shows when we have them on our lanyards, and
yeah.
That would probably make it more fun for people who can't come to the live events.
Right, and maybe not even it could be one at a time, or maybe even like, for example, if I had a Dragon Con set from last year.
Oh my God, do you?
I do.
Wow.
I do. I have.
See, Matt has cool pins.
I have a Dragon Con sets from last year.
Scheiße.
I could give that away as a little set.
Yeah, sure.
So that would be fantastic, and you don't have to be part of the Patreon, or again, it'd be free. Random, and it would be on Facebook in some way. Kind of like gosh, who was it? Nikki who had put up she had a giveaway up there, and she just kind of numbered people.
Oh, and just do a random number.
Yeah, based on that model.
Like how
that
we do Moobot up here, kind of.
What's that?
Like how we do the Moobot here.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Moobot. I could just do,
or like
just do a random
Patreon,
thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to give back to you guys. You guys, you guys have your own little group there, but I just want to help out.
Aw,
and make it more fun.
Of you.
All right, so it's be about 15 minutes or so till the first raffle, and again, that was that was that journal. And that is Peppermint Dragonling.
Yeah, Peppermint Dragonling.
She's gorgeous.
Too.
Also,
She's a really cute picture. Do you have a link to the?
I was just about to do that. She's gorgeous.
It's funny because I think the original painting of her was even smaller than the journal. I think it was like that big. I want to say it was a 3x5 or 4x6 or something.
You know what wouldn't be a bad idea if I gave away some Canvas cuties on the collector's page.
Oh, Amber's in the collector's page. I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook, so I'm sometimes behind on stuff.
But yeah, so that might be fun too.
Yeah.
Those are things that I can kind of do autonomously, and you guys can just reap the rewards.
Yeah.
Why not have giveaways, right?
Yeah, might as well.
I ship stuff out constantly anyway. Okay, so Nikki says, yep, each person gets a number, and then I use a random number generator to choose the winning number.
Yeah.
Also, Nikki, I know that I put a picture of myself in there. Count me out of the. Did
you enter a giveaway for my stuff?
I did.
Maddie.
Remember how I went on? Nikki had a great idea. She had people in their Halloween costumes.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
And it was adorable, and there are like so many people in Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
So I sent in my picture of me and my two friends I met from the Kansas City area that went on The Void together. The Star Wars virtual reality. And I said, does this count? And then she gave me a number. But if I happen to win, just draw it again if you don't mind, Nikki, because that wouldn't be really fair.
When I was doing a Patreon giveaway last time, wasn't it? I think we had a random number come up and it was Matt.
Yeah, I won a
And I was like, no, I'm not going to. No. Sorry, Matt.
Feel free to dig out an alligator girl for a raffle.
I don't have
You know what,
alligator
Princess
girl.
Bullet? You'd think that we would have a complete set.
I don't have even close to a complete set.
We don't have another alligator.
Very few people have a complete set.
But I will say, I might find one. I mean, that's. I'm not being.
Oh no, we're not joking. What was it?
I literally don't have. What's that?
Pop Gallery found some that were like behind the counter in a little bag that were left over from. Was it the seashell?
Yeah,
seashell one. Collecting seashells. Yeah,
but I don't have an alligator girl, but I'll have some other ones that you'll probably enjoy, and that will help complete your collections.
Yeah,
or good for trades and stuff.
Yeah, I like it when people.
32 canvas cuties, awesome, Leela.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Oh, Ricky won the figurine.
Oh, hey, that's fun.
Okay. Oh. That Nikki already did that thing. I'm sorry, I've been out of it since Halloween, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've had a.
Yeah, there've been a lot of people have been talking about your cute little Dragon Rider series.
Mine?
Yeah, people have been talking about your Dragon Rider series
a lot
in the collectibles. What's the other one called? Not the pin group, but the other one, Jasmine's.
I don't know. Jasmine, I don't make these. I make the artwork.
It's it's a group, kind of like the pin group, but it's for collectibles.
I think it is called collectibles. Like I said, I think my sister Amber does something in it.
But those are beautiful. Actually,
They were.
Here's one.
Those are from a long time ago. Those are probably hard to find. I don't know. Our cat got one of our cats got one of them. There's one that's ruby. Yeah.
And Spark.
Yeah, they were kind of like elemental themed. There was a lightning one and a fire one. There's one that was.
Forgive the dust that was on a shelf.
Yeah. She's dusty. Okay.
She's a little dusty.
She's a little dusty.
She probably won't show
Okay.
too much though.
Oh, she's quite big. I don't know if you can see these, but
Yeah, these things
she's
are
so
honking
cute.
big.
Yeah, they're quite.
They're
invasive.
fragile.
They are
I
fragile,
will say
so
that
keep
they're
your
fragile.
cats away from them. But they were one of the first. Do they have what year it was on it? No, it doesn't say.
I don't know.
Hmm.
What about your?
I want to say it's like from maybe 12, 13 years ago. It's quite a while. Yeah.
Did we ever get those Mountain Dew?
No.
Okay. What's a Mountain Dew race car?
That was a failed co-brand with Dale Earnhardt Jr. / Diet Mountain Dew / NASCAR. No. That was the time that Kachina was asking me. She's like, do you have a Diet Mountain Dew Fairy? Somebody's asking about a Diet Mountain Dew Fairy. I'm like, I don't think so. And it turned out it was a co-brand that Hamilton Collection was doing with NASCAR, and I guess Diet Mountain Dew was the sponsor for a race car driver. I don't really follow sports, but it was a race car driver, and they wanted to do a ferry, but it also had to be about Diet Mountain Dew. And yeah, that one I don't think was an actual statue, Maddie. I think that turned into nothing.
Oh, okay.
Unless you have a Diet Mountain Dew Dale Earnhardt.
Can you
NASCAR
show the Mickey
thing.
figurine? Our family are huge Disney fans.
Sure.
We can, but it's like
Good luck. Yeah.
It's
That's
a one of a kind.
It's not near. There's more than that, but there are not many of them. Yeah.
This one is from.
They were only from the test market.
It
That was.
has your cute little signature.
I know.
This one.
I know, right?
I mean, this one would be
That'd be a good
almost
price.
crazier
Yeah.
given away than the original there. I don't know.
He's so cute. There he is. He's one
And
of the
I
first.
promise I'll dust anything off.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm not gonna give him. He's the only one I have of him.
Yeah,
I don't
give
even.
him
I
one.
don't
You
even
have
have a
one?
box of him. Look, he's fancy. Look, he's
yeah.
got signed. I signed him. He's one I did way back
Oh my gosh. that was-
years. It's before I even did any other stuff. It's when I was just doing concept art and things with Disney stuff. Before I was at the galleries or anything.
He is cute.
He is cute. Well, he's in the paint. I had done a painting that I still have because I don't know what to do with it. But that had Mickey and Donald and Minnie and Goofy and Pluto. I think it was a painting, and it had the 5 of them together.
Yeah, it's the Fab,
And,
known as
yeah,
the Fab
the Fab
Five
Five,
in
yeah.
Disneyana.
Yeah, I did
Or
a
Disney
artwork for
Anna.
it, and then I did the sculpture designs for it, and then I don't think they ever really went into production other than the test market for the Mickey Mouse one. But if they were to release them now, they would probably be way more popular. But at the time, it was before I'd done any Disney things, really.
Yeah, the, things with
Gallery
specifically with the
stuff,
park
or
and-
yeah, I did. Around that time is when I did the Disney fairies. If people know that co-brand, it was I did a bunch of little Tinkerbell fairies and sculptures and stuff like that, and those turned out really cute. All eyes on me, Tinkerbell.
All right, we've
I
got
remember
9
that.
minutes to that first raffle. Again,
Ooh.
that's the journal.
So yeah, this is looking pretty cool.
And I'm going to put up a link
Pretty
again
glowy.
for that journal.
And apparently, if you live locally, you can get them at Disney World. At,
Yeah, if you live
Pop
local,
Gallery.
get them at Pop Gallery. If
Mhm.
you live abroad to us, get them
To
at
us,
Strangely
I
UK.
promise. Yeah,
Especially if you live in the UK.
especially, but they will ship anywhere.
Yes, let's make Paul run out of them.
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah.
Take that, Allison. Oh, Allison
Hey,
is such a sweetheart. It's a mean thing to say. Yeah.
Aren't Paul and Allison great? Those of you who were at the event, or those
either of them.
those of you who have met them before.
The folks who run Strangely UK.
They are great.
Super nice people.
Paul is so sweet, and Allison's great. They are also we have some of the most interesting conversations. So, of course, I won't shut up. So
I was gonna
probably-
say, especially Matt, because he's like sitting kind of in between us, and I'm like signing things, and Matt and Paul are like just talking about random, music from the 80s or something.
Based on past experience, when will the Disney paintings you are working on be available in print form?
Well, they will be, both of the ones I'm working on right now, I finished one of them and just got it approved. The other one I'm working on for Disney is still 2/3 of the way done. Those will both be debuting first at Epcot at the International Festival of the Arts. They'll be whatever the first day of the Epcot Festival of the Arts is in January. They will have them there at Epcot at the little tent there.
Right.
And usually
They wait until the end before
I think they
release
wait
them at
until the
Wonderland.
end before they release them to places other than the Epcot
We can't speak for them, though.
But I don't know. It's up to Disney. I won't know until
And
I
even
get
it's-
there.
they
You
should
guys will
be at
probably
the
know
event.
before I do. But they will be there at the event. But usually after that, that's when they extrapolate them to the Wonderground Gallery and
you guys are gonna flip
Anaheim
out.
and the one in Florida and all that.
Her new Disney pieces are amazing. You guys are
Yeah,
gonna
they're
freak out.
probably two of my best ones I've done. But
Now,
I can't show
favorite-
you yet, but
My favorite Disney animated film is Pinocchio,
yeah.
and Jasmine was
I was commissioned to paint Pinocchio, so that's Pinocchio in the Blue Fairy is one
Yes.
of the ones that will be coming out, and that will be it will debut at Epcot in January, and then it will be available not long after that, probably the middle part of February, end of February. It will be at the various Disney galleries and online retail places.
Oh, Nigel says that Allison and Paul are amazing, just like you.
Aw, Allison and Paul are very great.
Karina says, "Hi Matt, it's Karina, Paul, Freya, and Lorelai."
Hey,
Aw,
hi,
it was really
everybody.
fab seeing you at Glastonbury.
As always,
All hugs to you
always
guys.
good to see you guys. Aw.
Yes, we spoke with Paul and Allison. Yeah, I saw you guys talking to him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Paul was talking about the word pet as means like my loved one.
Oh, like a term
Yeah.
of endearment in
Yeah,
England?
we also use that here. I'm not sure if the UK uses it more. They might.
They use it more. If you go to like a grocery store and you ask for an extra bag, they're like, "Oh, it's certainly pet." And, I mean, you wouldn't say that here, really.
I'm often called a lovely.
Lovely, love, yeah.
Yeah, or love, and that's
I get
that's
love
so sweet.
a lot. in
It's part of the
England.
charm.
Hey, love, here you are, love.
Now,
Especially
what we
barmen and
say
things,
here
yeah.
a lot is hun or honey,
Yeah.
and I remember that I didn't say hun or honey to someone at where were we staying? That
was
beautiful
in
place.
Cornwall. That was
Cornwall,
at Mount
and they
Edgecombe in Cornwall.
Right.
I know what
they
you're
thought I
talking about.
did say hun, and it was a gentleman at selling us, gosh, a bottle of wine,
I think so.
and he held his hand to his heart, and he goes, "I haven't heard somebody call me hun since I've been in the United States years ago," and it made
Yeah.
him his face warmed over.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't correct it.
Yeah,
I just pretended
that's
that
like,
I did call him hun.
I think you really said "huh" after.
I probably said huh. So, but he was
Like,
so
never mind. Yep, I totally said
so
hun.
happy. You
He
should
seemed
have
so
seen his
happy that
face.
somebody called him hun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank you so much, Titch. 12 months. Thank
Wow.
you.
Let's hope I'm still painting by then.
Will there be a Lilo and Stitch painting, Jasmine?
There was a Lilo and Stitch artwork I did, but as far as I know, Disney isn't releasing it yet. So I think they switched up my contract and gave me Snow White, or not Snow White, Pinocchio and the Blue Fairy for Epcot. So either it'll be one they come out with later, but in the meantime, I've got to finish up Pinocchio. So the next
Poppet's
two
cute.
are Pinocchio and the Blue Fairy and a villain's group portrait that I've already done with, already got approved, turned out really cool. It is Maleficent, the evil queen from Snow White, and also Ursula. So it's kind of like three of the villains. I wanted to call it Three Witches, but I didn't want to sit through approvals again on the title after I already called it Villain's Group Portrait. But that will be one of the ones that's at Epcot. And it will be, again, in California and Florida and all that. All the places you usually
Yes,
see my
Princess.
Disney
1 in
stuff.
5 of the elephant print did sell.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
yeah.
they are gone.
We did just put up the number 1, finally, of Soulful Spirits. The one of the Dia de Muertos girl sitting on the skull
Yes.
that I was working on previously. That one is up on eBay now, the number 1 is, and we've already sold all the others in the edition, so we're auctioning off the number 1 and the last one also, but we're doing the number 1 first to try to keep some sort of semblance.
But we
of-
do have the open edition.
Yeah, we
on
got
our
open
website.
edition, paper prints, Kim's prints, everything. Do I have
Will Figaro and Cleo be in the Pinocchio painting?
Figaro and Cleo are not in this Pinocchio painting. The one I'm doing right now for Disney has 2 characters contracted for it, and it's the Blue Fairy and Pinocchio, and it's in Geppetto's workshop with like all the little wooden little German toys in the background.
I kind of,
cute. Yeah.
I myself, sometimes Jasmine, I apologize, Jasmine, but sometimes Jasmine gets carried away with details and starts to add characters. And
Not me. Oh,
Jasmine
no.
is on a continuous deadline, and I'm kind of happy in a way she didn't, because one, like you said, that gives you room to do another Pinocchio.
Yeah, I'd like to do a different
those characters.
Pinocchio painting that has Cleo and Figaro in it.
Right.
But yeah, the one I'm wearing now is already one of the most complicated paintings I've probably ever done, and it's only the blue fairy and Pinocchios. So I don't know what drove me to just kind of go all out on that one, but it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, Jasmine has a tendency, like, if
Like,
she's...
do I have a deadline of like 2 days?
she
Oh
makes
wait,
more-
let me make it so complicated I can't even do it.
It's like you like the pressure or something.
Yeah.
So,
Thriving
that's a
on
personality
momentum.
type.
Well, no, it's I think it's
So,
me
Jasmine, do
being
you like
worried that I'm
Pop It?
phoning it in, and I don't ever want to do that.
You like the term pop it?
Pop it? Oh, that's a nice one. That's
Yeah.
something older British ladies call me sometimes. Pop it.
Well, Rage Pixie says pop it's pretty old school. My
Yeah, that's what I
granddad used
mean,
to
like
call me
British
that
grandmas.
all the time.
Yeah.
And my brother uses it for anyone under 20.
Oh.
Sweet Pea is another one as well as mate.
Sweet pea? You call me
Sweet
that
pea.
sometimes.
Sometimes when I'm sleepy, I say I'm a sweepy.
Yeah. No, I mean, you call me Sweet Pea, like...
Yes.
Yeah.
I call you all sorts
Sweet
of
pea.
things.
Yeah.
I have 8 million pet names for Jasmine.
Yeah.
Funny I said pet name. Pet?
Good. Why it's pet.
I can't wait to see the new pieces. Jasmine doesn't normally do boys.
Not
I'm super
usually,
excited.
Yeah. Well, usually when companies contract me, they want it to be something recognizable as a Jasmine Becket-Griffith painting. So they tend towards female figurative work, because that's mostly what I'm known for. But yeah, this new one is kind of fun, the Pinocchio one I'm doing. I will say it is Pinocchio when he's Pinocchio kind of goes through 3 phases. He's an actual piece of wood puppet. He's an animated kind of inhabited by a soul puppet, and then he turns into a real boy at the end. Mine shows him in transformation from wooden block of puppet to animated puppet, if that makes sense. Which is why the blue fairy is there, because she's kind of the one that instills life into him, sort of.
I love Pinocchio. It's so good. Would you ever consider doing Mermen, Jasmine?
Sure.
This is a PG.
I was gonna say, I might consider it.
It would be nice to see a merman.
Yeah.
They don't get enough love, I think, in general. That's
You
because
should check out my friend Delphin's work. She has painted a lot of mermen. Hasn't she?
yes,
She's painted
Most-
more
I think
mermen
some
than
that smoke even.
anybody I know.
You,
Smoking would be hard underwater.
Ian says I call my daughter sausage.
Oh. I call Tigria a fat little sausage sometimes. She's our cat, though.
Kazumaka uses the term, am I pronouncing it correctly, Kazumaka? Muka? Muka? Means mate, fellas, lass, pretty much everyone.
No.
It's a northern English term.
I was going to say, is that from Yorkshire, or what is it?
I don't know. I'd like to see some sort of David Lynch painting. Maybe Blue Velvet?
I would love to see any David Lynch,
Licensing.
anything ever. So,
Licensing
yeah.
alert.
I don't know, David Lynch, if you're out there.
Right. Remember, we can't just...
I can't just steal people's stuff and make money
Nilly-willy,
off of it.
yeah.
No, I gotta get
Okay.
permission, gotta get them to agree with it. But
All right,
yes,
this is-
I get to paint a blue velvet anything, I would be all
Can you
about
show
it,
off
yeah.
the journal while I
Oh, yeah.
ask Moobot
Let
who
me
won?
renovate this here. All right.
Let's see. Where's that thingy?
Ooh. Wait, or is that the camera? I don't know. They're pretty. Yeah. Got a little dragon. And you can write in it. I'll sign it too.
All right.
I won't write it where it says this notebook belongs to contact. It's funny it actually has a contact in there, because I do that in my sketchbooks. I'm like,
A
reward,
Kester 91,
email me.
Jasmine.
What's that?
A Kester 91 won the journal.
A Custer 91?
Yes.
Well, if you are out there, you won the journal, and I will autograph it for you. And I promise not to write my contact info where yours goes. Hey, it's got the thingy in the back too. It's got my logo even. Look. Tell Sonia. Woo. It's even got my name there.
I love how you discover these things. As you...
It has a description of the painting. I don't even know if I've ever seen this. Sorry. This enchanting portrait of a wide-eyed fairy and her dragon companion perfectly captures the darkly whimsical sensibility of Jasmine Becket-Griffith. painted in brilliant spirals of red and white and surrounded by peppermint candies. This adorable pair draw the reader into the magical world they inhabit. Oh yeah, that's a lot for a journal to
Let's
live up
inhabit
to.
magical
but,
worlds together.
And you can buy one for £7 up at strangelyuk.com. Or you won one for free if you were the person who just won one.
It's a solid journal. It rocks.
It's
And it's actually,
solid.
I think that's a heck of a deal.
I think so too.
I don't know why
I don't
they're
know
so
why they're so
affordable.
cheap, but they are. If it was in America, it'd be like $20 probably.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what the Pop Gallery price is.
I don't know what they charge at Disney World. Don't
yes,
blame me. It's
but-
not, I don't get it. I get a little bit of it.
Very good, that Nintendo guy. He spelled congrats backwards because he's clever.
Cool. But next prize will be little snowflake fairy, and last prize will be this one. And I'll probably finish this one within the next hour, maybe even sooner. And if I finish her, I'll start working on her. I don't usually assembly line things like this unless they are small ones and they are for a specific event or a giveaway or something like that. I will finish this one up too, and this one will probably be the one that I give away up at Patreon. So if you are not a Patreon member yet, go join Patreon. It's $1. You get so much cool stuff.
Yeah,
it is so worth it. And I get $1, and that's nice. I like getting dollars. I am going to get some of this black stuff from her hat off of my fingers, and I will be right back while Matt can regale you with terrible movies you've seen or something.
Actually, okay, well, the other day I saw 3 movies. Are you okay?
I'm not part of my death.
Okay. The other day I saw 3 movies. Yes, those are called palindromes. That Nintendo guy. Sit on a potato pan, Otis. Yes, that's the most clever palindrome in the world. At any rate, I like literary terms, so I'm kind of nerdy about that. Anyhow, I saw Countdown, which I thought was a bit kind of YA. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know what the rating is on that, but it was not scary at all. That was a movie called Countdown. It was very, in my opinion, kind of gimmicky. Did anyone else see this movie, Countdown? And then I saw Zombieland 2, which, yeah, I think it probably was PG-13. Zombieland 2, which was a fantastic follow-up to Zombieland. We meet the characters 10 years later, and we see what happened to them. And if you like the first one, you'll like the second one. I think the first one is better overall, but the second one is fantastic. Again, it's not really a scary zombie movie at all. Very funny, very witty, very quick dialogue. I enjoyed it. And then there was Terminator. If you're a fan of, how many Terminator films have there been so far? My gosh. Yeah, I know that Rage Pixie. I know Countdown. You have to spell a certain amount of words. You have to add up numbers. I'm very familiar with Countdown. We're talking about, yeah. Yes, I'm very familiar with Countdown. So, I think actually, as far as I don't know about the numbers one, because I don't know how good I'd be at that one, but I'd probably be fairly good at the spelling one. Yeah, maybe so. Or if I started practicing and started really focusing on it. I'm not going to be crazy good genius level, but I might maybe win a round. I don't know. Yes, so Zombieland 2 is fantastic. I'd very much suggest you go see it if you like the first one. Anyway, Terminator, which would, I don't know, Terminator what, Annihilation or something? I forgot what it was called.
They're all called something.
Yeah, something like that, because they can't give them numbers anymore because it would be embarrassing. It'd be like Terminator 15. So.
Land Before Time. What was it?
Land Before Time, I know there are at least 10.
Because it had 10 of them on our television.
10 of them on our demand.
On our television, watch these shows things, and there was 10 of them. And I'm somebody who likes dinosaurs more than everybody, and I have not seen.
Kay Herman says I like the 5th one because Emilia Clarke is in it. Terminator Genesis. Yeah, she plays Sarah Connor in that one. What's that?
Daenerys? I said Daenerys.
Oh, Daenerys, yes.
Yeah,
That's
Daenerys.
Emilia Clarke, yes.
She's in
Mimi
Terminator?
says, looking forward to watching Terminator this upcoming weekend.
Oh,
I enjoyed your review of Joker. Oh, thank you.
Is Daenerys in the Terminator this one?
No.
Amelia Clarke, rather?
No.
Oh, okay.
Sarah
it a
Connor
previous
is
one?
played by Linda Hamilton, and there isn't
Okay,
a young
I'm sorry.
Sarah
I
Connor.
didn't know what time period it was. I would probably
That's
be-
another one. That one was okay.
I saw the first one and the second one. Those are the only Terminators I've seen.
If it doesn't have Arnold in it as a cameo, which he might be in all of them, I don't remember. I don't think I'd bother seeing it.
Well, they kind of CGI people in those too, don't they?
Okay, I will say that
haven't
the
seen it,
scene that they had that featured a young Sarah Connor, like back in the Terminator T2 days, the special effects, however they do that now, is amazing. It's
it like
way
how they
better
did,
than Tron a few years ago.
What about like Kate Blanchett when it was in Benjamin Button? That was pretty good. That was kind of, or as far as
Man,
the CG
there's something
on-
too smooth about that one. This
Well,
one
that's-
looked dead
Kate
on.
Blanchett also looks very young for her age, so.
Yeah. There's 6 Terminator movies, but they only needed 2.
Well, they had
I
a
disagree,
TV
Blob.
series
I
of
said
it,
there's 6
too.
Terminators, but they only needed 1. I'm one of those few people who think the first one is all they ever needed. I would also say that about The Matrix.
I saw the first 2 of the Terminators
Terminator
right in
2
a
does
row.
not do it for
I
me.
was a little girl when I saw it, and I remember thinking that Edward Furlong was cute when I was little.
Find Edward Furlong so
As an
annoying
adult,
in
if
that
I were to
film.
watch it, I'd be like, oh, what, he's kind of an
It
obnoxious
reduces
little
it
kid.
to
But when I was like in 5th grade or whatever, I was like, oh, he's kind of cute, you know.
But I realize I'm very much in a minority on T2 or whatever. When everybody became the T800 and the T1000.
I remember
I
rolling
prefer
my eyes
I am
as a
Cyberdyne
child when
Systems
he gives
Model
the little
101.
thumbs up thing when he's going in the lava. That kind of made me mad.
Yeah.
Even as a 10-year-old or whatever I was when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cheesy.
What sequels are better than the original? I prefer the second Bill and Ted's
Bogus
Journey.
Journey? Really? Interesting.
to the original.
Huh.
Yes.
It has death in it.
I prefer the second Ace Ventura. I am very much
These are highbrow
in the
movies you're
minority
talking about.
when it comes to that one. But
What
yes,
about-
Bogus. No,
I'm trying to think.
Bogus Journey is they're both fantastic.
Godfather?
Bogus Journey is unbelievably it's so funny. I loved it.
I always
Aliens.
hear they're
That's
gonna
a good.
make
That's.
more. Which
I
one?
agree with Aliens. Good.
Toy Story? Aliens is
Toy Story
good.
2. Yes. Toy Story 2 is better
Aliens, I
Game
like
Over,
Alien
man.
a lot. Aliens might be better. Again, it's hard to put things in context if you saw them when you're a kid, but
than Alien.
Alien was the first movie I ever saw.
Was one of the first horror movies that actually scared the stuff out of me.
I saw it in 1979 at a movie theater, believe it or not, Manny.
Godfather 2. A lot of people say that. I got to tie those two. Those Godfather, and the first one and the second one, I like them both.
Ghostbusters.
Aliens was better than Alien hands down. Empire
Okay.
Strikes Back.
Ah.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one too.
You're welcome.
Dark Knight, Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, the Batman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So not Batman Returns. Yeah.
not Batman
Okay.
Returns.
Sorry.
That's the best one,
You
obviously.
think so? I don't know.
Did somebody say Alien? Shaylee's a big Alien fan.
Yay. I'm a big H.
No one said Alien, Shaylee.
I said it.
Nobody ever said Alien ever.
I
What
said
is
it.
that word?
It's a foreign word, love.
Blob helps us. Iron Eagle 2. Oh my gosh.
I don't know those things.
Iron Eagle 2. Does that?
What was the first one?
Well, the first one is Iron Eagle, Jasmine.
Well, I don't know what it is.
Never say die, Iron Eagle. Never say die, never say blah. I forget the song.
What year is this from?
Oh, Iron Eagle is probably 86, 87.
That's probably why I haven't seen it.
I don't know. I love this last Toy Story 4 thanks to Keanu.
Oh, I have not seen it, but he is in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Yeah.
Whoa.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Wait, are you talking about Matrix? No.
Whoa.
You already talked crap on Matrix. Huh?
Those are all his movies.
I
Yeah, I still haven't seen any of the John Wick. Don't beat me up, room.
know.
It was 1986
I've heard.
with Lou Gossett Jr.
Okay.
He dances as he plans the destruction of some sort of terrorist little desert camp regime.
Like he's killing the terrorists, or?
Yeah, Lou Gossett Jr. and I forget the actor's name that plays the kid. They both fly jets and they go try to rescue this kid's dad from a
Are they a government?
Gaddafi-esque individual.
Oh, it's whoever America was mad at.
But they stole the jets, Jasmine. That's the thing.
Oh, they stole the jet.
What about Die Hard? I'm not a Die Hard fan at all.
A Die Hard fan of what?
I'm not a Die Hard. I'm not a Die Hard
That's
fan.
That's a bad joke.
But
I have never seen
I'm
Die Hard.
I'm in the minority there.
We were talking about that the other day because I was like, why do people keep talking about it? And you're so mad that they were saying it was Christmassy, and I have not seen it.
Since it happens during Christmas, people.
Did it come out during
turn
Christmas,
that into
or
a
does
tradition.
the story happen during Christmas?
It is not a Christmas story, though. It just happens during Christmas time.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I have not seen it. It might be good.
It has Alan Rickman in it. Yeah.
Oh, shoot! You just had to tell me that.
But that doesn't make
I'm
it good.
I'm a diehard Alan Rickman fan.
Are we just saying movies that should be standalone movies? No, Shaylee, we're talking about
which ones are
sequels that are better than the original.
Than the first one.
It is a Christmas story. Thou.
Yurasayatsura.
What's that?
I said Yurasayatsura.
Are you speaking biblically to me, Rage Pixie?
That's not biblical. That's Japanese.
No, she said it is a Christmas story.
I thought you were just calling me Rage Pixie.
Hold my butterbeer, but Harry Potter movies feel like Christmas.
Oh yes, there you go.
Agree.
Harry Potter, those are great.
In Harry Potter movies, my gosh.
Harry Potter, it doesn't matter which
I will say,
they're all good. Those are all
again,
good.
With the Harry Potter movies, my favorite Harry Potter movie is the first one.
Really?
Because we get to fall in love with the world. I just love that introduction to J.K. Rowling's world through Harry Potter's eyes. And I think they do a really fantastic job in the first Harry Potter. And the kids, in retrospect, are
they're
so
tiny.
cute.
They're Koopos.
They're
adorable.
So
yeah,
adorable.
I know. It's like, okay, you guys are tiny. I keep you in my pocket.
If you watch the last few movies a few times and then go back to the beginning, my gosh, their eyes are huge and they're ready and they're going to fight Voldemort and they're so tiny. And how do they take on this wizard? I just love the first Harry Potter movie with the chocolate frogs, and it has so much wonder.
There's a lot of whimsy. It's
the wonder thing that connects you. And then as Harry gets older, as we all do, his world gets darker, and we're actually following a coming of age story from beginning to end, and it is a fantastic epic.
Had you read the book?
Should never ever go.
When you saw the first film.
What's that?
You hadn't read the book before you saw the film,
not.
though.
I'd read all the books before I saw the last film.
So you might have different ideas about, you're saying that's the introduction to the story and things, but if you had read the books first, you might have different ideas.
Yes, I will say that the books and the movies of Harry Potter, that's a very, the movies are very aligned with the books.
Well, J.K. Rowling
I think they do a great job.
Executive producer on them, the films.
Huh?
J.K. Rowling was executive producer on the films.
I think so.
Yeah,
and she probably had some.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Draco Malfoy is adorable too.
Oh,
it's hard to be scared of mean little Draco from the first one. It's just like, come here.
I know.
Let me give you a hug, you little scamp.
You scamp, you little rascal.
And I'll just rub my fingers through his funny blonde hair and say, "Oh, you think you're so bad."
Yeah.
So, but his dad was cool.
Jason Isaacs.
Yeah, it was
awesome.
neat.
He's kind of Julian Sandsy in a way.
He is, but he is great. He's pretty weird in that. What's that movie? Not The Road to Wellsville, but it's got something.
Oh, is it the one with all the eels?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved that movie.
And you didn't realize it was
for
Jason Isaacs. And I'm like, that's what he looks like without all his beautiful blonde hair.
I saw it on an airplane. I didn't have my contact lenses in, and we were flying overseas. But I loved that movie, but you didn't care for it. What the heck was it called? Not The Road to Wellsville. It's called something like that.
Do you guys know what we're talking about? Jason Isaacs is he's a doctor in the kid from
I don't remember.
Gosh,
what was I just saying? Thinking
he's
that he was flying to London.
The actor, A Cure for Wellness.
Yes, A Cure for Wellness.
Thank you.
Yes, that was fabulous. I love that.
The movie is overall not good.
It was
but
great.
The imagery in it is fantastic.
What sort of ratings does that get?
It's about an hour and a half too long. It should
be
around
short. An hour and a half long.
No,
like an insult. It's like you're about 5.5 feet too tall, man. I don't know.
No, it's
I liked A Cure for Wellness. I thought it was clever.
you know, if for
and it had eels
for
in
S
it.
and Giggles, if you guys want later, go watch Cure for Wellness.
It was good.
And if you're afraid of eels, it will be a horror movie.
I love eels, and
Melty Faces. It's got a bit of weird Frankenstein stuff in it.
Again, I did not have my
Gore
contact
Verbinski is really good with his visual style. Was that Gore Verbinski?
He's kind of known for it, yeah.
Like I said, the visuals, fantastic. The story,
again, I did not have my contact.
It was lame.
I liked it.
Going in.
I liked it a lot. There's something about.
Oh, he did Mouse Hunt?
Actually,
I liked Mouse Hunt.
Yeah. I was like, Matt, how many times have you seen Mouse Hunt? You want to talk about?
No, that was gorgeous. That was a beautiful film. Did anyone else notice that Jurassic World takes place on Christmas, but not a single fa la la on the island? More like
I did not notice.
There's another one to put next to Die Hard as Jurassic World.
Christmas movies, yeah. Why isn't Universal not playing that one up around Christmas time?
Maybe they are.
I wonder. Unless they are. Sorry, Universal, you're probably a step ahead of me.
Hey, Universal has a ton of rides I haven't been on yet. Maybe I'll check that out sometime.
Maybe so. Anyways, pumpkin is coming along nicely. I'm going to put a little bit of white, which might sound odd in front of something that already has a whole lot of white light coming out, but I want it to look like he's almost got a facial expression, as if he has a grumpy little eyebrows that are kind of like the Fernier sort of things that are like the bumpy bits on the front of a pumpkin or a gourd. You gotta watch out, Mandy. I'm going to start talking about different types of squashes and gourds again. What type of gourd was I talking about earlier? Gooseneck gourds?
What's that?
Oh, yeah, I was talking about what sort of gourds I liked, even before Twitch. And then you're asking me
We talk about gourds a lot, Jasmine.
Well, that's what I mean. You were asking me about, like, my favorite squashes and gourds as if it wasn't something we already talked about today. So, yeah. I was talking about the ones that were on a wreath, about gooseneck ones, and about how that's different than eggplants.
So Rage Pixie says, I'm one of the very few people that like the Mummy film with Tom Cruise, but I only like the ending because that's when it actually got interesting. Oh. You just have to suffer through the film before you get it.
That sounds like a good airplane movie.
Yeah, do you know what Tom Cruise film I still love?
Eyes Wide Shut. That is.
I love Eyes Wide Shut, but I wasn't thinking of that one. I was thinking of The Edge of Tomorrow. I still love that movie.
All you need is kill.
Yes, which was based off of Monster Squad. Was that a Tom Cruise movie? I don't remember Tom Cruise in that. Monster Squad.
I don't remember because you made me watch that at like 2 o'clock in the morning at Michael and Sarah's house.
The Outsiders. The Outsiders is okay.
I have not seen The Outsiders.
My gosh, what a stellar cast, though. They had, like, every teenage heartthrob guy from the 80s practically in it.
I haven't seen that.
Except Malcolm Jamal Warner.
He's not in it? Oh, then my father.
Who is the hottest guy from the 80s.
From the 80s? Like, born in the 80s? Or like
I don't know what I'm talking about, Jasmine. Haven't you figured that out?
I didn't know, honey. I don't know what things you are saying of your own volition or which things you're reading from a chat room from 30 yards away. Okay.
I'm just saying stuff.
So, are you asking who's the hottest guy from the 80s?
Yes. Who is?
Or somebody from the room asking.
Well, Blobhill mentioned the Outsiders.
Topic. What's that?
I'm talking about Tom Cruise movies.
Okay. Is Tom Cruise in The Outsiders?
Yes.
He's in Legend. That's a good movie.
Legend is phenomenal.
Tim Curry's in that. He's way hotter than Tom Cruise, no offense.
Okay, so Rage Pixie says David Bowie was the hottest guy from Labyrinth.
I would have to agree with you on that.
The Outsiders has a very young Tom Cruise. Yes, I'm well aware.
Okay, and it does not have David Bowie in it.
No.
Okay.
That would be weird but cool at the same time.
That's
if David
kind of
Bowie
his gig, man. Yeah.
Now, this is a fun fantasy that I have, and tell me if you guys think this is a neat idea.
Is it age appropriate?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
So imagine,
it's not this one.
Imagine a remote control, okay? And you're watching a film. And on this remote control, there are various buttons.
I've seen those, yeah.
When the movie gets boring, you can press a button. For example, one of the buttons would say, Jareth from Labyrinth. And you press that button, and suddenly Jareth shows up in that film, and he changes the dynamic of that film.
Yeah.
Another thing is the T-Rex from Jurassic Park. You press a button and it says T-Rex from Jurassic Park on your remote control. Mm-hmm. You press it and he shows up in the film and he terrorizes whatever horrible rom-com you're watching. Wouldn't that be fantastic?
Why is it always going to be a rom-com?
No, I want that remote control so bad.
want
I'd
that
like to
remote
have it at
control,
like
too.
movie theaters.
That
or whatever.
actually sounds like an
Tony
app that
Soprano
people
would be a
have
funny
now,
funny
like-
one. You know, you could customize it and have whatever character suddenly in a film that
Well,
even
yeah,
a film you've already
Tim
seen.
Curry from Legend. He's gonna pop in. And
Yes, Tim Curry from Legend.
It's like,
Suddenly
yeah,
he
sorry,
pops
Hugh
in.
Grant. Yeah, would
And
it
then
take the
he-
place of the character that's in it, or would it be in addition to whatever's happening in the
Yes.
film?
So Rage Pixie says, "Oh, I can get behind that T-Rex and Bowie in one show."
Yes,
he could
Mark
be writing
Bolan, man.
Yeah.
Mark Bolan, that would be great.
Are you writing a Black Mirror episode right now? I'm constantly writing one in my head.
We
sadly.
all are. All
That
the
would be an
time.
awesome remote. I know, right? How many years have I been talking about this, Jasmine?
You have been talking about it a lot.
Forever.
Lately. Yeah.
So,
It doesn't always have Mark Bolan in it, though.
what's that?
It doesn't always have Mark Bolan in it, though.
It doesn't have Mark Bolan from T-Rex in it.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm referring to. But
You used it in the same sentence as David Bowie.
oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's true.
You did. You
Yes,
said tavern.
that's very deep, Shaylee.
Yeah. What did Shaylee say, or do you not want to repeat
Shaylee's
it?
saying, "Are you writing a Black Mirror episode right now?"
Yeah.
No, but I think that'd be a lot of fun. Maybe someday technology can provide such a thing, and I would just have a
kind
heyday.
of like that. It seems like a Snapchat filter you could put on or something.
I could make some of those stale episodes of Dark Shadows shine.
Which ones? Which ones are stale, man?
I don't know. Maybe episode
I like the ones that had fancy
101
dresses in it when I was little. So it might be kind
3008.
of stale. Oh.
This is like a spin on Last Action Hero. Yeah, I see that, Blob
I
Help.
have not seen that one.
Last Action Hero actually has some.
Does
good
it have
writing
Arnold in it, Maddie?
It has Arnold in it, but for some reason
Right.
people did not like that film. I like that
I
film.
did not
I think
see
it's
it,
good.
so I don't know what to say.
Jim Carrey from The Mask in any film, Paul. See, that'd be a
Okay,
fantastic.
that would be a good
Suddenly,
throw
you
in.
press a button, boom. Jim Carrey from The Mask
Got
is there.
him and,
He's like
and
smoking.
again, it's a Tyrannosaurus from Jurassic Park, not Mark
Oh,
Bolan.
yeah.
Then
Mark Wahlberg?
I didn't say Mark Wahlberg. I said not Mark. Bolan.
Mark Wahlberg
Marky
from
Mark
The
from
Happening.
The,
Suddenly,
his
he's like,
acting would probably
"Huh?
not
Huh?
change that
Huh?"
much. And
You want to see someone who is not in the best acting mode? Do a character
No
like
comment.
sketch of Mark Wahlberg's character, I forget the name, from The Happening.
It's probably
all he does
Mark.
is look around confused the entire movie. It is such a.
To be fair, I
Hmm.
suspect his direction in that film might have told him to do that.
I agree.
So it's kind of like Rod from Birdemic a little bit. Like it's the same sort of acting.
Yeah,
the
I don't-
school of acting.
I don't know
went
who
to
in this
similar
room
ways.
has seen Birdemic.
Oh, you know what I have not seen is Birdemic 2. It might be better than the first one because it would kind of have to be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You're talking about sequels that are better than the first version?
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
Yep.
So Shaylee says the classic Addams Family television series has just been added and can be watched anytime on YouTube.
What, Kim?
The classic Addams Family television series.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Is it on American TV too, or is it just in England?
It's on YouTube. That's
Oh, on
belongs to everyone, I think.
Oh, is it? Is YouTube
I
the
don't
same no matter
know.
what country?
I
I
have
know
no idea.
Netflix is way different no matter what country. I went to South Africa and I was trying
know,
to look at Netflix,
okay.
and they had different cartoons I've never seen before. Yeah.
When we're in the UK and we turn
It's
on
like-
our Netflix account, it only has seasons 3 and 4 of Blackadder.
In
Here it
the
has all
UK.
4 seasons, I believe.
I mean, come on.
Unless I'm wrong. But anyway, yeah, what up? What up with that?
Well, like I said, Netflix has different things that you can get in different places because sometimes they have, if it's a country that doesn't have Hulu, they won't have the Fox Network TV programs, or they won't have, or Disney's coming out with their own thing that they're doing. However that's going to work. I'm sure it's great, kids.
Andy Samberg's Mark Wahlberg is too funny.
I have not seen that, but it
Oh,
sounds
Andy
funny.
Samberg is the last transformation of the Pokemon that we were showing Shaylee.
Oh.
Hey, Shaylee, remember when we showed you, it went from
It was a Pokemon upgrade.
Michael
not an
Cera
upgrade,
to Jesse Eisenberg,
Eisenberg
to
to-
Mark Andy Samberg.
Okay.
It's like that was the evolution of a Pokemon.
Is that how it... Okay.
Not sure we'll get Disney Plus in the UK.
Yeah, I don't know either. I suspect
I just want
that
it for all the
since they
Disney
own part
movies.
of- huh?
I want it for all the Disney cartoons.
Yeah, they all have those on there. But I thought it was interesting because they own all of the rights now to all of the Fox cartoons, like Simpsons, American Dad, Family Guy, stuff like that. And I don't know if they're going to keep those on Hulu or if they're going to scoot them over to the Disney platform that they're coming out with, because they technically own the rights to it now. So I have no inside information, so don't listen to me.
Shaylee said, "Oh, those people who I thought were like 2 people, but there are 3."
Yes.
Yeah, those. Yeah,
exactly.
It did blow.
Don't
your
tell
mind. It was weird.
Katina. No, sorry.
Oh yes, and then I also mentioned how Sansa Stark looks like Boy George.
Sansa Stark does look a little bit like Boy George. You have showed me. You proved it.
But that proves that Boy George is really.
It proves they're
pretty.
both very attractive. Yeah.
Right. It's not
They're
a
both
knock
very beautiful people.
on Sansa Stark.
Not at all.
But I will say that Dark Phoenix movie wasn't the best.
I did not see that one. You didn't like it? Did you like that character before you saw the movie, or no?
I am not a Jean Grey fan. I could care less about her. Her character is generally boring.
I thought
They
you
souped
said
it
she
up
was
when
cool.
they had her become the Phoenix.
Okay.
In
I
the comic
I have
book.
not really followed those, but you told me she was cool.
Phoenix
Grey.
Jean Grey she's cool because she has powers, but
Oh, I think
she
it'd be
is
cool
kind
then.
of just
Okay.
she is generally not that interesting a character. They didn't. It's the writer's fault.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they made her not. She's not Storm.
No, Storm's cool.
Yeah, Storm. Actually, she's the most. Jean is about
I
as
have
interesting
asked
as a
Pete
plank of
Storm,
wood.
like her official
says Rage
portrait
Pixie.
a million times. Yeah.
Yeah, but First Class and Days of Future Past are awesome. Yeah, I agree, Shaylee. Those are the best X-Men movies. And the Magneto character has
I like the
levels
Institute
to
by
him.
Stephen King. Huh?
It has levels to him.
Mm.
What about Stephen King?
I said I like the Institute.
Oh,
Sorry, it's
I
something
am
we were talking
currently
about
reading
earlier.
a book called The Institute
I've
of
already
Stephen
read
King,
it.
which I assume, or Jasmine.
I've
has
read it,
kinda
so
let-
you can't spoil it for me. But
Yeah, it's a bit X-Men-y. I don't know. Little children going to
X-Men-ish.
a special school that have powers. It just seems like it's...
Harry Potter. What? No.
Yeah, well...
No, that has nothing
it's
to
a-
do with
it's
it.
a
But
thing,
that
yeah.
is special children going to a cool school that have powers.
Yeah, we have about a
just
half
like
hour
it.
till the next raffle.
Okay.
Yeah, that is his latest book, Bob.
Yeah.
I'm actually...
Matt's
I'm-
in the middle of it, so no spoilers, people.
Yeah, so,
I already
so
read
don't
it. Read it
yeah, so
in
don't ruin
8
it for me.
minutes.
But I'm
Yeah.
actually just, gosh, about 10 chapters in, but it has like 200 some chapters. It's one of those short chapters.
It has 200 and some chapters?
I think so.
Dude, it's only like 11 hours if you listen to the audiobook and it's unabridged.
I think it's long.
I thought it had like 40 chapters.
I
I
could
mean,
be
not
wrong.
like I'm counting chapter books, like I'm gonna get a free pizza at the end of the summer or something.
Yeah, I don't know if it's good, Shaylee. You can look it up, but I'm not giving it. I mean,
if
the
you look
jury's-
it up, you will find
the
that a
jury's not
lot of
currently
people
in
like
for me.
it. Yeah.
What's that?
If
Jess?
you look it up, a lot of people like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't looked at reviews or anything.
I only did after I read it.
Uh,
I'm doing her, even though
the
she
UK
has
Disney Plus is going to be in 2020.
artwork.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, right now they're just taking pre-orders for it, whatever that means. But
Short
anyway,
chapters like Da Vinci Code.
Yes, it makes you feel accomplished once you've read them. But her hair, even though it's dark, the parts that this is part of making things look like they're glowing. The part that of her hair that is going in front of the little pumpkin eye there, I'm painting that in just pure red, even though her hair is going to be dark, blackish brown color like mine. If I put red in front of it, it will look like that's more glowy, much like if you have dark hair, you put it in front of a candle, it looks like your hair is red because the light's kind of red and is a warm light that has a candle in it.
Jasmine, what are you currently reading?
I'm currently reading the last little bit of the book Me by Elton John.
And that's a autobiography.
That's an autobiography that I thought he was going to read, but he only read the first introductory bit. But it's interesting. He's arguing with George Michael at this point. He's had a falling out, Maddie. Matt's a big George
Oh.
Michael fan, so that's why I'm bringing it up.
Hey, by the way, guys, I will let you. I'll let you guys know when it happens. But George Michael Radio is coming on Sirius XM,
It is, huh?
which might be exciting for some of you.
Especially Maddie.
The kids from Stranger Things are friendship goals. Okay, cool.
But at any rate, that's the book I'm reading. But when I say I'm reading a book, I'm using the term loosely. A lot of them are audiobooks, and I listen to 1.5 audiobooks a day. So that means this part of the day, that's what I listen to. I give a lot of money to Audible. It's kind of ridiculous, isn't it, Maddie?
Yes.
Yesterday, I read The Body by Bill Bryson. who's an author. I always like reading
That
his
one I'll
nonfiction.
put on
He's
my
very
list.
personable. Huh?
That one I'm going to put
You
on
have
my
not
list.
read
You've
that
sold
one
it to
yet.
me.
Yeah, it's good. Actually, I bought it for you, but yeah.
Well,
I like Bill Bryson.
ha.
I like the book he wrote about Australia, in a sunburnt country. That was good. Did you read that one, Liv?
No, you you have mentioned that it's pretty good. It's about Australia.
That's what I just said, yeah.
Yep. George Michael radio station. That's awesome. Has it got something to do with Last Christmas? Yes, it's actually going to be called
Man,
Last
do you think
Christmas.
that's an appropriate celebration of Christmas if you're talking about the George Michael song?
That song's great.
Okay.
You can
Don't like
multitask using Audible. Jasmine can. I can do it with
multitasking.
I can do it with
million.
some things. I can do Audible if I'm stretching canvas. If there are things that my ganglia takes care of.
You should read The Body by Bill Bryson.
Does it talk about the ganglia?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
So
Talks about
basically,
everything
ganglias are breathing and things that we can do without
it's
thinking.
your
Driving
autonomic
is one.
nervous system. Yeah.
So I can do it with that, but it has to be something that my
You might not remember
brain
it, though.
can do by itself. And a lot of people are like that. A lot of people think they can multitask, but they're saying that there's a bit of a myth to that.
I can.
I don't know.
You don't think I can multitask?
I don't know about multitasking. It doesn't make sense to me.
I can multitask.
Well, I don't know.
Wow. I have a recording of you saying something really
They say
different
it's just
before.
doing...
Who's they? I'm sorry. I didn't hear the first
know.
part.
Experts.
Oh, shoot.
I can-
Expert said it. I did not know that. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's good that experts would know about me and you wouldn't.
No, I have no idea. Kelly Sarah started reading Dragon Song. Oh, are you enjoying that?
Is that a book that you recommended then, Lil?
It's a book that I gave her.
I know. That's what I mean.
Yes,
Would
I
you
guess I did
recommend
recommend
that
it.
book?
Yes.
You like the author on that one, yeah?
Sure. He's a nice
I think
guy.
you talked about him a lot. Yeah.
The last book Leela read was Thomas Harris. Harry Morey read it in 6 hours.
Which of the Thomas Harris books?
Morey.
Oh, the Italian one. You know what? I think that had a different name here in America, didn't it?
I don't know.
Or did it not do?
I'm not.
We were talking
familiar
about
with
that earlier about books that come out in England and they've got different titles than the ones that are here. I was trying to find Northern Lights, the Philip Pullman book for Matt to read. He hadn't read his Dark Materials yet, and I was like, oh wait, it's not even called Northern Lights here. It's called Golden Compass. You're talking about Harry Potter. That's some Philosopher's Stone stuff, yeah?
Right. Luna Pixie says River of Pain, Out of the Shadows, and Sea of Sorrows are a trilogy of audio dramas that extends on the original Alien story.
Really?
And they're worth a listen. Is it canon, Luna Pixie? Or is it some sort of fanfic?
Ridley Scott?
Hmm?
I said canon to whom? Ridley Scott?
Yes.
I didn't know who would be considered the creator of that.
Yeah. I don't know why they switch the titles around. It can make these books harder to find, I think, at times, says Rage.
Yeah, I know. That's literally was something that happened maybe a couple hours ago because I was trying to find the Philip Pullman books and I was trying to tell Matt which one was first. And I was like, where's Northern Lights? Where's Northern Lights? And it's like, no, it's called Golden Compass, like the film.
But the other two have...
The Subtle Knife and the
same
Amber
name.
Spyglass are the same names. Yeah.
Jojoki's mom's last book was I'll Be Gone in the Dark.
That's a great book.
Which is about the Golden State Killer.
Yes. Michelle McNamara. Patton Oswalt's wife.
Who had
It was
unfortunately
so sad
passed
she
away.
died like halfway through writing it.
The Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco.
Oh, I have that book too. He wrote a really good book that is called, it's a nonfiction book about artwork called The Illusion of Ugliness, or I think actually in America I think it's just called On Ugliness. He wrote a really good book. It was banned in some places because of a few passages, but I have it. It's a good book. I got it in Camden, Maddie. Remember? I read it on the Tube to You. Back from Chalk Farm.
And what's that?
Coming back from Chalk Farm.
Oh,
The station. I read it too on the tube. You probably weren't listening.
thank you.
Yeah.
Luna Pixie says, you have the origin story of Newt and that sort of thing. I don't know if it's considered
Oh,
canon.
really? Okay, and that's in the...
Newt was adorable.
Yeah, I liked her.
I like any little funny thing. I like that kitty. Poor
Kitty's
kitty.
good.
from
Well, the
Aliens.
kitty, yeah. Ridley Scott. What is the last word? Oh, doesn't Ridley Scott do Strange Angel, the Jack Parsons biopic that they're doing?
I don't know.
I watched all those finally. Those are really good.
What's that
And
about?
I think it's
then?
really about Jack
Two
Parsons.
seasons of those?
Yeah, Jack Parsons.
Mm.
And it's funny, the very last, it's not a spoiler, it's a nonfiction story, but the very last episode, it's like L. Ron Hubbard shows up on his doorstep. It's funny. That's where, I mean, a lot of people know him from that. And the whole Aleister Crowley thing in it is hilarious. How they film it and how they have the actor and everything. It's, yeah, that's good.
Luna
But
Pixie.
I think that's Ridley Scott. I could be wrong. Yeah. What's that, babe?
Luna Pixie says, time to reread Dragonlance.
Yeah.
Is that something you do every November 3rd?
Periodically. That's National Reread
Reread
Dragonlance.
Dragonlance Day.
Yes.
Gotta get some Flint Fireforge in there.
Yeah.
Shaylee says, Jonesy the cat is
That's
one of the
the
very few
kitty,
alien characters
yeah.
listed as a survivor in an alien book that I
Huh.
have because he's a champion. Aw.
Aw.
And Newt is the reason that Rage Pixie won't watch Aliens 3. Because
There's a handful of reasons.
she done.
I'd say it's because they didn't credit the concept artist, but it's me being a jerk.
I think because grown-up Newt would be hard to write for.
Really?
Yeah, baggage.
Is that hard to write for, really?
I don't know.
Mm,
No, I don't.
I
Probably.
guess not.
It'd slow it down a bit. We've got
Thank you for green eyes. I don't remember what color eyes she has.
Sigourney Weaver's character.
Sigourney's Weaver. Is that like
Sigourney's
Jeremy's iron?
It is like
Sorry.
Jeremy's iron.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Well, I bet you that Sigourney does have a weaver. She
Why?
probably doesn't make her own clothes.
Yeah, not how looms work.
That would be
though.
Sigourney's weaver.
Yeah.
I was talking about wardrobe. Wardrobe would be hard for, to make clothes for Newt.
That's true, especially if it's a more salamander sort of Newt.
Didn't Scott do the Terror? I don't know the Terror.
I didn't see that one. I think Ridley Scott did The Abyss. Did he do Sphere? I think. Did he do Sphere? We're just talking about that one. Whether or not I'd seen it and couldn't
I don't know
remember.
the Dustin Hoffman thing. I think that we
don't
saw that
know.
together in the movies.
I don't think we saw it in the movies. I think we
Yes,
saw
John's
it from
Ham.
Hollywood. John's Ham. That's a good one. Jeremy's Iron is hard to beat.
John's Ham. Who's John Ham? I don't know. If it was John Hams, it would work. I think.
No,
I don't know, but I did say Sigourney's Weaver.
You did
It's not
say. I was
Sigourney
going to say
Weaver's.
there was no S at the end of that. Yeah, it's not an orb weaver.
Matt's Berry.
Sorry.
Matt's Berry Farm.
Mm-hmm.
Francis Ford Coppola did the Terror. Blob Help knows everything.
Mm.
Barry Levinson did Sphere. I think
Okay.
Blob Help.
Well, are you talking about the production person,
Yes.
or are you talking about the director or the writer?
I would imagine it's the director.
Okay.
Blob Help is basically the
Do they
living
have
embodiment
IMDb?
of IMDb.
Yeah. Okay. It's hard when you don't have a computer by you and people are.
No, Blob Help
asking
doesn't
you
need it.
stuff.
It's just right there.
Oh, that's nice.
It
I don't
is his
have
RAM.
That in my, I don't.
You
have
said
that in
director.
my makeup. Yeah.
That makes sense based on who said it.
Director. Okay. But
Did you always hear
okay,
director
so does Ridley
Barry
Scott
Levinson?
do Strange Angel then? Can anybody tell me that, or am I just?
What? Who did Strange Angel?
Yeah, wasn't that Ridley Scott?
Did Ridley Scott do Strange Angel, guys? Donald's Glover? You mean Danny Glover? Danny's Glover?
No, it's Donald's.
Who's Donald Glover? It's Shaylee. You're like,
Is he related
you were
to?
trying to make a joke, but the joke didn't work because it's Danny.
It
Glover.
might do, unless you just don't know.
Hey,
Donald
the other day I
Glover.
kept saying Michael Brandon.
What
and I
about
meant Michael Landon.
Is it like Kiefer's Sutherland?
Kiefer's
Donald
Sutherland.
Sutherland? No,
David's
sorry.
Tennant. Oh, that one's
David's
good.
Tennant. Oh,
David's
yeah.
Tennant. But I want to know what Donald's Glover is.
I think it's supposed to be Donald
Crispin's
Sutherland.
Glover.
Donald Sutherland.
Are Danny Glover and Crispin Glover like brothers?
Donald Sutherland and Danny Glover had a child, and that kid was
Who's
known
Donald
as...
Glover?
I said Danny Glover and Donald Sutherland. That's why I was making a Kiefer Sutherland joke.
Ah.
Also, if you want to reread your Dragonlance, Kiefer is the one who did the voice for Raceland in the TV adaptation of the
I
Dragons of
didn't
Autumn
watch
Twilight.
that. I was warned away from it.
Yeah.
Raceland Hist. Raceland Hist is one of my favorite action tags.
It's a good action tag for times when it isn't appropriate.
Action,
like so-and-so.
Action tags are a
like,
literary
really?
term. But Hist is one of my favorite action tags for a character. Yeah. Raceland Hist.
Yeah.
He always hiss.
He does hiss a lot. I forget what it says in like this mentioned to Shret in the German versions of the books. It says something similar, and it says that every time that Rachel
Maybe
says
Ricky
anything.
knows. Hey Ricky, what does Raceland hiss in the German books?
And the Dragonlance.
What is the
German, I have them upstairs.
What is the German word for hiss, Ricky? Is Donald Glover Black Panther?
He's probably black, but Donald Glover.
There are two Donald Glover.
There are really. I don't know.
Oh, he plays Lando.
I know Donald Sutherland. I know Danny Glover. Is there a Donald
Is he
Glover?
Danny Glover's son?
Wait. Oh wait, he's in that movie that Amber made us watch at my mom's house, wasn't he?
I don't know.
Wasn't it really his dad?
I'm so confused right
Okay.
now.
I'm sorry.
Thank God there was only 17 or
I think
minutes
we should address
to the
the
raffle.
main issue. Is Glover even a viable job nowadays? Do people even make gloves?
I don't know.
I mean, people, you
Yes,
get mittens at
what's
like
hiss in
7-Eleven.
German?
But, huh?
Ricky?
Hessian? Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know. No, he is not Donald Glover. Oh my God. Who are we talking about?
I don't know, but it's not Donald Glover if he was a people.
Falcon. Falcon?
Falco?
Not Falco.
When he walks down the streets, did the women scream his name? What? Huh?
Ricky
Okay.
says Falcon. Okay, Luna Pixie says the multi-talented Donald Glover is a writer, actor. This was copied from IMDb or something.
Oh, okay.
Actor,
Is it, or is she
musician,
just a
comedian,
strong
producer,
proponent?
director, who
Okay.
performs under the stage names Childish Gambino and Mick DJ. Is born Donald McKinley Glover at Edwards Air Force Base in California and was raised Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Yeah.
His mother, Beverly Smith, ran a daycare center, and his father, Donald Glover, is a retired postal worker. He is not, despite rumors, related to actor Danny Glover.
It's sad that people cast aspersions on his paternity there, and just because he's got a similar fancy name. Yeah.
But who's...
It's not fair.
Danny,
he works for the post office.
Who is he, though?
He works for
would I
the
know
post
from?
office.
Is he the dude from... Is he is he young Lando Calrissian? Donald Glover is an actor and artist. He sang This Is America, and he was in Spider-Man movie.
Oh, which one?
I don't know who... Okay. That doesn't help me.
Oh, sorry.
So he is
I'm doing
young
the eyes
Lando.
now
Okay.
for those who are interested in painting.
That actually was a good flick. The new Han Solo.
Pardon?
He is the young Lando. Thank you. Thank you.
Is he Lando Calrissian?
My gosh.
Okay.
It's like
Wow.
pulling
Like
teeth.
a celebrity just hearing about it.
He was in TV show Community.
I'm sorry.
That doesn't even sound like a something. He was in The Martian. Oh, really? Okay.
Oh.
The Martian's fantastic. Spider-Man Homecoming.
The book is good. Okay. Is it Andy Weir book? That Martian? Andy Weir slash
the film.
Matt Damon, rather. Andy Weir's the writer, isn't he? I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I read the other book that he wrote too, Andy Weir. He wrote the main character's name is Jasmine in it.
So Shaylee says, okay, where was I? Yes, I'm so glad we were talking about Donald Glover, because I talk to myself about him every day.
Well, that's how you wake yourself up in the morning. You got to start up with a Donald Glover pep talk.
You know, if your day doesn't start with Donald Glover, it's going to be a bad day.
It's going to be a bad day. That's a slogan.
It's as vital as breakfast.
Breakfast, yeah. Breakfast is alright.
Give me a bowl of Cheerios and Donald Glover any morning, and I'm on my way.
I like to think it's Donald G. Lover. That's a better name. That's his porn name. No, sorry, shouldn't say.
Jasmine, you need to do Swan from Swan Song at some point.
Okay, what's Swan Song? I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
Like the record label that had Led Zeppelin on it? Probably
Yeah,
not.
that's the one, Jasmine.
I thought that might be it. I was waiting for somebody to ask me to paint that, and just hasn't happened
Spot
in the past
on,
few
Jasmine,
decades.
says
What's that?
Shaylee.
Pardon?
Shaylee said spot on because she is British.
Exactly.
You should also say righto. We like that. And when you see us,
really
say
that.
cheerio.
No, don't.
You don't have to. Swan Song by Robert McCammon.
I don't know.
Is that a book?
Is it a movie?
A song? A movie?
It sounds promising. It sounds like it's the last thing you're gonna do before whatever you're gonna do.
Danny Glover, Donald Glover, Crispin Glover. The summer the gloves are coming off. This summer the gloves are coming off.
Oh, it could be like a
I get
Rocky
it.
sequel. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Why
excellent.
the heck not? that's whoever said that.
It's
is
an
clever.
excellent
Yeah.
read by Robert McCammon.
Okay.
Okay, so it's called Swan Song, Jasmine.
Swan Song. Okay.
Shaylee says
I'll
literally,
listen to it. I'll write it down.
Donald Glover is Shaylee's breakfast.
Okay.
Also, if you haven't listened to Childish Gambino
Let me write it
album
down.
Awaken, I think Jasmine would love the song Terrified or Boogeyman.
Childish Gambino. That seems productive.
That sounds familiar. Childish Gambino.
Well, isn't that what Gambino? Doesn't that mean child in Italian?
Bambino?
Huh? Oh, I thought you
Bambino.
said Bambino. I'm
Gam.
sorry.
G- g- g-
Gambino.
g-
Oh, I'm sorry. I was
Gam.
saying that sounded redundant if you were going to say childish Bambino. Like baby-like kid. No. And what was the other one? It was
Swan Song.
by
Swan Song
Donald
is a book.
Glover, right?
By Robert McCammon.
Robert
McCammon. as in nitrous.
McCammon. Okay.
English is hard, Luna.
English is hard, man. I'm very thankful.
I love English.
I started off with.
It's a
English is
fantastic
fine.
language.
I'm glad I learned it first
Someday
before
I
other
will
languages.
learn the
but-
language completely, and I will become
Yeah.
fluent, and I will be able to talk to y'all.
Mm-hmm. Once we get to second person plural. Hmm.
Yes.
And I'm
Oh my
tired of
goodness,
people
she's
telling
writing
me
it down
it's
on-
you.
Oh,
Huh?
Shaylee's happy that you're writing it down.
Yeah. How else do I find out about things?
Hey, Shaylee, your town looks kind of cool. You don't have to say where it is, but we
It's
were
like
looking at a
It's
map.
like a horse, but a fancier horse.
Yeah, we were looking at a map, and it sounds like a neat place, actually.
Yeah, it does. Turning out lovely. Somebody gonna
And it
win
has the
her.
world's weirdest name.
It doesn't. It doesn't even have English's weirdest name, even in England. Huh?
I said,
Was that me?
Me? Huh?
Oh, what was that noise?
I don't know. Rage Pixie says, fun fact, the English language is one of the most complex to learn.
It is.
But that's because it's comprised of so many different
a lot of dialects all smushed together.
lounges to begin with, but I think you mean languages. It's probably just auto-correcting
That's
stupid.
the problem with English, man. Yeah. Much autocorrect.
And Luna says, your painting is looking awesome.
Thank you. It's looking pretty cool.
And we got
The
10
person
minutes
who
for
says
Apple.
that the most will win the painting. No.
Hey, Rage, you don't have to apologize for stupid autocorrect.
No. Somebody should, though. Somebody should be paying for autocorrect.
Mm-hmm.
It's caused a lot of issues. God, what was the one the other day? Oh, I won't say
Okay,
it. It was
Shaylee
rude.
says she can't
Okay.
remember mentioning her town's name.
Oh.
We like had 7 paragraphs of conversation about it, Shaylee.
Yeah, that's a lot of paragraphs for a verbal conversation, man. You know.
Brad
What?
Spitt. Oh, I say it. Brad
Brad's
Pitt.
Pitt.
Brad's Pitt. Okay.
Hey, I had a good joke about that the other day, but nobody else would get it. Would
Yes.
they? Nobody would
But
get
I
it. It's
say
not worth
Brad
repeating.
the Arm Pitt. Like he
That
was
was
wrestler?
not the joke I made, but yeah.
Okay.
But it had to do with that. It had to do with Sunshine, remember? Our cat
Sunshine.
in Pitts.
Oh,
You
yeah, yeah,
said
yeah,
it was
yeah,
the
yeah,
best
yeah,
joke
yeah,
ever,
yeah.
and
It was funny.
promptly forgot
Kevin's
it.
Bacon.
Kevin's Bacon.
Tom's Cruise.
Tom's Cruise. Makes
Wow,
sense.
you guys should do parties.
What was one I was thinking of? Oh, how about Tom's Hank? That actually has an S that you've moved
Michael
over.
J's Fox.
Aw.
That one's funny, Ricky. I know you didn't mean McHale.
Tom's Hank is
Harrison's
better.
Ford.
Harrison's Ford, yeah. But you
Jeremy's
gotta find
Iron
one
is
where
still
there's
there.
an S and you move the S. Tom
Right.
Hanks would be one. Jeremy Iron would be one. The movie I was gonna mention.
J. Edgar's Hoover.
I like that one just as a matter of
That's good,
principle.
Luna.
Yeah.
Benedict's Cumberbatch. Or
That
Benedict's-
already sounds. That sounds like a type of
Benedict
fungus that
Cumberbatch.
we'd
Irons
find,
Maiden.
like, doesn't it?
Brooks Shield. You guys are funny. The room's in rare form tonight. Tiger's Woods.
That's a Lewis Carroll
cute.
sort of.
Lewis's carols.
I wasn't even saying that. I was saying Benedict Cumberbatch sounds like a Lewis Carroll thing.
It does. It sounds like the Jabberwocky.
Frumious Bandersnatch, yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
I'm
Tiger's
trying to think of ones
Woods.
that actually have an S at the end.
Jennifer's Lawrence.
Jennifer's Lawrence?
What's a Lawrence?
Ask
Anne's
her.
Rice. Yes.
Anne's Rice, yes.
Red bean. Anne Rice.
Oh, did you not see that when you were in New Orleans?
I laughed so hard. That was the funniest joke I heard in New Orleans.
I was not
Red
there, but
beans
you
and
were in
rice.
New Orleans, and you're like texting
That is
me, and you took a picture
A
of
popular
something.
dish in.
Was it?
And I was letting people know that's a popular dish in New Orleans.
Oh, red beans and rice. Yeah,
Michael's
if you're not
Ironside
from here.
Owl.
It's like, ooh, is he like a poor man's Jack Nichols?
Yes.
Wait.
And I always say, this is, it's not, doesn't have the possessive, but I always, and I said this last time, I say huge Ackman.
I was gonna say huge Lori, but yes, Hugh Jackman.
Huge
that
Ackman.
works better. Huge Jackman.
I don't know what, and
He's also good on Broadway.
but as we talked about last time, and I think we talked about what a reputation Hugh Jackman has for being a gentleman. I've heard that from so many sources. He's supposed to be like the nicest
Even private
person in
people
the world.
who usually give me a heads up if somebody was a jerk. Yeah,
Yeah, but
very true.
yeah, but
He seems like a nice guy.
Hugh Jackman
Huge.
is supposed to be one of the most wonderful. Sigourney's Weaver, we already did that, Luna Pix. You're making fun of me.
Yeah.
Lawrence of Olivier. Lawrence, I am Lawrence of Olivier. That's great.
That is
Joaquin's
pretty
Phoenix.
good.
Oh, that's good.
Joaquin's Phoenix is good. He's not.
He is
I don't
pretty
know,
hot
as
too.
good
Yes,
as Rivers,
Bruce's
but, yeah.
banner.
We can do pseudonyms and things too. Yeah.
This is my
okay.
actual laugh. This isn't my fake laughing. You guys are actually making me laugh.
Oh yeah, this is unfortunate.
Him and wait, Ryan's Reynolds rap? No,
Ron Howard.
Him and
Okay.
Ryan Reynolds are adorable together.
Aw.
I like both those guys. Ryan Reynolds is I'm a big fan of the Deadpool movies. Those are great. Ryan Reynolds is a funny guy. Lyndon Johnson, oh my.
That's a good one.
I'll back off from that.
Oh, I was
Michael's
wanting to-
Sheen. That's great.
That's pretty good.
Yes, because that's kind of becoming a bit abstract almost.
It is. Yeah.
Oh, I better get the seeds.
Pardon?
I'll be back, guys. I need to.
Oh, the birdseed. Sorry. Yeah, gotcha.
dark during Twitch enough to do that.
Well, we've had daylight saving or the end of British summertime or whatever you call it here.
I don't know.
The end of
We
British
somehow
summertime.
gained 2 hours, but somehow lost
We
it.
lost a couple hours, and I
sunlight.
haven't slept forever, man.
Go live up in a while.
I'm ill. Yeah.
Midnight sun.
Yeah. Night day.
What's that?
I said night day.
Night day. We have any Alaskan folk in the room?
I don't know. It'd be quite early out there. How many times doesn't Alaska have like 4 different time zones?
I don't know. The Aleutian Islands?
That's part of Alaska. I don't know if they get their own time zone though. Or did they do the thing like India does?
Yahoo
and they make
Serious.
the whole... Remember how India only has one
Christians fail.
Christian's veil?
You guys are
Sorry.
Elizabeth's Taylor.
That's pretty good.
You guys are funny. Thanks. You know,
We should
Tina's
play
Turner.
more word
Oh my
games
God,
in
that's
here.
excellent,
Which one?
Ian. Tina's Turner.
Oh, that's a good one. Elton's John.
Oh,
That's a good-
Liv's Taylor. That works too.
Taylor. David's Lynch.
Oh gosh. Jude's Law.
Jude's
Ooh.
Law. Oh, you don't want to mess with that in physics class, I'll tell you what.
You just broke Jude's
Jude's
Law.
Law. We just passed Jude's Law.
We just passed Jude's Law.
Gotta
We're in
cut the blue
hyperspace
wire
now. Scooby's Doo. Ew. Robert's Taylor. Patrick Stewart.
That's already a thing.
But what's a Tewart?
Jonathan's
Okay,
Frake.
that Nintendo guy. That
Sorry.
didn't work. I'm sorry.
Jonathan's Frake, Maddie.
Jonathan's.
That's actually possessive that I moved from the end of his last name, yeah?
What's a Frake? Mary's Poppins.
Wow, I'm slap happy.
I am
I've
too.
been eating a lot of paint here. Yeah.
Oh, Hootie's Blow.
are in Florida doing like
Hughes
local strawberry
Grant.
festivals and stuff. What's that?
Hughes Grant. Peter's Pan. Oh
Hey, you
my
don't want to
god.
get his publicist
Oh.
on here.
Oh my gosh, I'm crying.
I'm
You guys are
sorry.
funny.
Yeah, I got smart people on my Twitch.
We've
man.
got 3 minutes to Matt's raffle.
It's raffle. Oh.
Oh.
Let's say Jasmine
Oh.
Becket-Griffith.
Oh, Shadow Dancer said, hi, I made Jasmine snort.
Yes. It's not that difficult, but I don't get out much. Yeah.
Oh, John's hurt.
Oh.
I'm surprised you didn't think of that, Shaylee.
Hurt. Yeah.
That was Luna Pixies. Michael's Cane.
Which one?
Michael's Cane.
I like that one.
These are great. Martin Freeman.
Wow, I'm laughing too much for this time of day in this.
These are, why
not
are these so
enough
funny?
line.
Why do these make us laugh?
I'm saying I'm slap happy because of the airplane.
James
but
Bond.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Veronica's Lake.
Veronica's Lake, that's a very good one.
Will
I like that
Smith.
one.
What's a Smith? Reese's Withers.
That's a good one.
Reese's Withers.
Well, it shows you how much thought people
I
might
have
put
a
into
wi-
theirs. A lot
I have
of
a
these are stage
Witherspoon.
names, to be fair.
Oh my gosh.
Bruce's Willis.
Oh,
Willie. Bruce's Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Willa. You got him with the S.
Ah. Gary's
That's what-
Oldman.
He's not that old.
Elizabeth's Shoe.
That's just too many S's,
Hey,
man.
that's a
no.
Adventures in Babysitting right there.
I have not seen that one. Is it
Oh,
good?
Smith or Smithy.
Smithy.
Oh gosh, I didn't even think of a
The
Smith in
old
that regard. I'm
Smithy, yeah.
stupid, Luna.
Yeah, Matt. Isn't your family? Aren't they a bunch of
Schmidt.
Schmidts? Yeah.
Yes.
Come on, man.
That's probably why it's too
Like
familiar to
your-
me. Freeze Willie.
Let's see. Where can you take this to?
Freeze Natalie's Wood.
Oh, Christopher's Walk. No.
Christopher's Walking.
Why do I always go there right after
Jasmine,
Natalie
Jasmine,
Wood?
this one's awesome.
What is it?
Gerard's Butler.
Oh,
Oh.
just trying to be household.
And our
help.
name isn't fun. Jasmine's Becket-Griffith isn't funny at all.
It isn't. Not at all. It's because it's a serious name.
Kevin's Heart.
Oh.
Oh, Blob Help says Ralph's Much. Natalie's Portman.
Natalie's Portman.
Oh, these are
I bet
precious.
Natalie's Portman is friends with Gerard's
Oh, Ralph's
Butler.
Macchio.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's funny.
Ralph's Macchio is
Oh,
one of the
did you get
funniest
that off of
ones ever.
Elizabeth's Shoe, Blob Help? Because that's funny.
That is
Spider's
pretty
Man.
Spider's Man
Oh.
and Gerard Butler and Natalie's Portman are all the
Kevin's
helps that hang
Bacon.
out together.
Will's Wheaton.
Kate's
Dwayne's
Winslet.
Johnson. Oh, yeah, that's that one again. Orlando's Bloom. That's excellent.
a good one. That's
These are
coming from
great.
Orlando. That's
You guys should comprise a list.
Yeah, it's a good.
Oh my gosh, guys, raffle. If you haven't joined the raffle, please do.
Yeah, because
Oh.
what do you win? You win like a pin or something? What is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Winona's
yeah.
Ryder.
Which one?
Winona's Ryder.
Oh.
Excellent. These are
Johnny
also a lot of my
Depp,
favorite
yeah.
actors. It's funny that they just line up that way.
Well, a lot of these, to be fair, are people's stage names. They're not real
Johnny's
names.
Depp.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Johnny Depp. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Okay, so Judy's Garland. Ooh,
Judy's
that's a good
Garland
one.
is a good one. Yeah, I like that
I
one.
love Garlands, actually. No, I
There's
kind
a
of
place-
got
a time and a
reflective for a
place for 'em.
second.
But it's
I really need a good
You made me think
Garland.
about garlands. It's a huge part of
Yes.
my. Or are you talking about Legend of Zelda? Oh wait, no, that's
Oh,
not garland.
in
That's,
Final Fantasy, the
that's
first
Final
boss you
Fantasy,
fight
yeah.
is named Garland.
Yeah.
Tim's Burton.
Tim's Burton. That's
Oh, that's kind of a play. I like that
Nichols
one. Michael's
Keaton,
Keaton. Emily's Blunt.
Emily is blunt, man.
Ooh, Emily's Blunt. That's a.
That's
a-
the thing. If you do an apostrophe S, you could kind of say it's like a
All right. This is for the beautiful, beautiful snowflake
the
fairy pin.
beautiful snowflake fairy pin
Okay.
from 2 years ago. Making me feel old. Okay.
Mermaid Twins won it.
Mermaid's twin. No, sorry.
Mermaid Twins
Mermaid
won it.
twins. Congratulations. You can
And they
cut
are
her in
not
half
following
and
us.
be like
I hope they're in the room.
in the Bible. Yeah. Okay. Yay.
I really hope so because
If
I
not,
don't want to hunt you
we
down.
will hunt you down, and if we don't, we'll keep it, and Matt will give it away randomly as he threatened to do earlier. So, yay.
Actually, if it went a couple weeks and I
And the
couldn't, I
last-
probably would. Because what
Well,
else?
yeah,
would
if
I
it
do?
goes a couple weeks, guys, and we don't hear from you, we reserve the right to give your prize
That's
to
actually- I
somebody who
should-
actually wants it. I should say that as like a little blurby blurb
We should
in the
say
small
that.
print, and I
I
talk
think
really
that's
fast at the
fair.
end of each one. That's only fair. Oh, thank you, whoever made a magic noise.
Oh, that's SB Reynolds. Thank you so much.
Anyways, the last
Richard's
prize
Marks.
is almost done, and this one will be
Tom's
the one
weight.
that we're giving away.
Jasmine loves Tom Waits.
I like his music. Yeah.
He's a good actor. He seems to be a cool dude.
He does seem like a cool dude, actually.
I hope he is.
I hope so too. If he's a jerk, don't blame me, but I like Tom Waits.
He seems to be cool.
Music.
Simon's Peg. Ooh, that's
Simon's
a good one.
Peg.
Billy's Idol. Oh, and I love Billy Idol.
Michael's Jackson. But here is the painting. I'm almost done with it. I'll be finishing it in the next few minutes, and that will be the one that we're giving away for the final prize that we're doing here. And then the other one that I will be finishing up, hopefully shortly thereafter, will be the one we're giving away at Patreon. So if you are not on Patreon, you are missing out. It's $1, and I give away paintings there a lot. So you get all sorts of cool stuff up there. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. I will be right back, and Matt can continue to entertain you with the moving of S's in people's names.
Tom's Petty.
Oh, that's a good one.
And Dix Van Dyke. I'm back. Yes. Thanks, everyone. I haven't laughed this much in ages, says Shaylee. All right. Well, congratulations, Mermaid Twins, on winning. I hope... Were they in the room at all? I don't know. It is totally dark out. Like I'm saying, Betty's white. That's excellent. Yep, we need to compose a list. I don't know what we would do with this list. Maybe we could send it to the White House, or we could do some. There's something magic in this list we could create. I don't know. Any ideas? Tom's green. Maybe our list will somehow save the Earth. Does the Earth need saving? I'm not sure. Benedict Cumberbatch. We've done that one, Nuckator. Believe it or not. Lucille's Ball. Excellent. Donald Trump. Yeah, there's that. This list exists in Area 51. Ew, creepy. Jeff's Goldblum. I want to call him that if I meet him, you know. Boris Johnson. All the Johnson ones they're awful. And I don't know what. I'm jumping in and claiming myself as Shaylee's D. That's cool. Yes. I'm just reading it for the room. Kiki D. Oh yeah. So I was lucky enough to see the Elton John film. What was that film called? Rocket Man. Yes. Gosh. Why? Damon's Wayne. What's that?
There's a song about it too.
Yeah, I've heard that. Something about
William Shatner.
wife. I don't know. William Shatner. Oh yeah. Anyhow, I saw Rocket Man. A phenomenal film. Unfortunately, I saw it on the plane, and I could tell just by watching it that there were scenes edited. And the language was edited, so I'll have to go back and see it. David's Attenborough.
Oh, that's a good one.
What's an
Is
Attenborough?
he Joseph Richards?
Emma
Sorry.
Stone. Emma Stone works that way.
Stone sounds the same way.
Yeah. Emma Stone's pretty cool.
I like her.
Ray's Gun. Who's
Maybe they don't know the game we're playing.
Oh, Steve. Seattle Steve saying that.
Oh, okay,
So it's
gotcha.
you. Ha.
Huh. Oh, my tea's gotten cold.
Darius Argento. Argento?
Argento. Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
Actor.
Kristen's Bell. Hey, she's coming up. She's going to be in a few movies.
Frozen.
She's going to be in the
2?
next the reboot of Charlie's Angels.
Is she going to be?
No, not Kristen Bell. I'm thinking Kristen Stewart. I'm sorry.
Bell is Frozen.
Yeah.
Frozen 2.
I apologize. I was thinking Kristen Stewart. Kristen Stewart is going to be in Charlie's Angels, and she's also going to be on
They're
Underwater.
making another Charlie's. Didn't they already make a Charlie's Angels?
They did.
Like a couple
Diane's
times?
Lane. That's a good one.
Diane's
H.R.'s
Lane,
Giger.
That's a good one. H.R.'s Giger. I like that. I like to think about like the human resources department.
Ariana's
everybody's got
Grande.
What's that?
Ariana's Grande.
That's a good one.
Courtney's Love.
Courtney's Love. Oh, that's a nice one.
Oh, we know who Courtney's Love was.
Yeah.
Bob's Ross.
That's a good one.
Rob's Lowe. I like to call him Rob Lowe, though. That's another one. It's like Hugh Jackman. I call him this. This is what I call Raw blow. Raw blow. Like it's
I don't get it.
a punch. A raw
Oh, like that's
blow.
That's below the belt. That was a raw blow,
Right.
sort of thing. Okay.
He's I don't know why I like to call him Raw Blow, but I do. It's like Huge Ackman.
Yeah.
But I don't know what an Ackman is, though. Jeff's Bridges is excellent. That's good.
Bridge. Because if there is an S, you have to move the S.
I understand. It's like
Jeremy's Iron.
It's like the name game.
Yeah. Don't sing.
I won't. Jimmy's
Thank
Car.
you.
That's good.
Which one?
Jimmy's Car.
Oh, okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's just always good, right, Maddie?
Stacy's Keach. Russell's Brand. That's actually really good.
He probably has somebody in charge
John's
of his
Ham.
branding,
We had that one earlier. That's excellent.
Which one?
John's Ham.
John's Ham is
Britney
good, yeah.
Spears. Ooh, that's good. Martin Short.
Britney Spears.
Rod Stewart.
Ooh. Oh, it talks about that a lot in the that like he's a thing, but in the Elton John
Rocket
book.
Man. He talks about Rod Stewart.
No, in the book, his autobiography, Me.